audio. The audio? The bitrate of my audio. That's weird. Okay, well, if I need to fix that, I will. I've actually never seen that before. Hi, everyone! Happy, well, actually, happy a lot of things. Happy Wednesday, but also happy Nintendo Switch 2 release date, information, direct thing, whatever. My gosh, y'all, it was nuts. I actually was only able to listen to half of it before I had to go, but, like, yeah, there's a lot of new stuff out there, which I'm excited for. Also, Xenoblade X, new game today, will be cool. And then Team Fortress 2 is going to be tomorrow. I'm actually really excited for that, too. Ashton! Hello, friend. How are you doing? How was, hope work was okay this morning and such. I am opening tomorrow at 8 a.m., so hooray, I'll be there. It'll be fun. But yeah, actually a lot of exciting stuff today. I got to go running with one of my friends, and we went out to Coyote Ridge. We went out to this pretty cool place out in yonder. It was 6 miles. It was pretty brutal, but it was also very, I love the nature out there. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. And it looks beautiful out there. Can someone tell them when I said, hi, Audrey? Just coming from the bus. Welcome back. Hope you're doing good, Audrey. Hope work was okay and such. Hello, Chris Wren. Hello, Mason. Hello, Ashton. Hello, Luigi. Hello, Audrey. If you need to go to sleep and get some rest, Audrey, please do. Not to worry. Hello, Mason. Hello, Hawkeye. Good evening, everyone. Blocko, Xenoblade X, a new one on the block. It should be fun. Hi, Splenninja. Honk, shoo, me. Also, Splenninja, happy birthday. I didn't get to say it yesterday because we didn't see you in stream, but I hope that you had a good birthday yesterday. We did not finish Xenoblade Future Redeemed yet, but we're pretty close. I'll do it next stream. I was sleeping. Are you still sleeping? That's my question. But yeah, I hope you had a good birthday nonetheless. Blanco, I'm enjoying this game way more than I thought I would. Hope you enjoy. Oh, cool. I've seen some, I've actually seen Finn play it a little bit already. It looks pretty neat. The combat looks a little different than what I'm used to, but it should be kind of an interesting throwback to Xenoblade 1, almost. It feels like pretty close to that, so I'm looking forward to it. Also, fun fact, if any of you guys play Team Fortress 2, I'm going to be doing Team Fortress 2 player versus environment tomorrow. That's going to be tomorrow's stream. It's going to be man versus machine. I haven't done that in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. Matt, can you tell what happened to me? Oh yeah, Finn decided to go get her earrings upstairs, and in this dark stairwell, and was like, oh, I'm running upstairs. Maybe I should leave my shoes behind. So she left her like high heel boots on the stairs in a dark stairwell. And for those of you detectives out there, you can put 2 and 2 together and know what happens next. She came flying down the stairs and then tripped on said boots, and then like slid butt first like down the stairs like 3 steps. So probably has a bruised tailbone, maybe. Probably has a bruised tailbone. Nothing hospitalization worthy, but enough to be in pain. So yeah, her posture is really good right now. She's like sitting like this all the time, which is good, I guess, but in a lot of pain. Zombies, hello, Screaming Hype, did you see this thing? Yes, I got up at 7 a.m. my time, and I watched till about 7:45. I had to leave, unfortunately. But oh my gosh, dude, Zombies, I'm shocked, and I'm actually really impressed. There is a lot of things that they did for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm gonna skip this, whatever this song is. There's a lot of things that they did for the Switch 2 that is like really impressive, and I'll use 2 examples. I didn't think that they could take the platform and update it in a way that like the hardware is really, really strong. Like being able to put out 4K and 120 hertz, those are not small potatoes. That is real deal. Also, I'm really impressed with what they've done with some of their main titles like Mario Kart. I thought for sure, I was like, what are they gonna do? Mario Kart 9? Mario Kart 10, whatever, and then just like, excuse me, my voice. And then just like, okay, is another like rehash of the same thing, same maps and stuff? No way, Jose. Mario Kart World is a whole different ballgame. being able to like free roam, take pictures, hang out, do multiple courses that link together in a way. Like the heck, that's really cool. And it obviously they put their heads together quite a bit to establish like a new way of doing things. And dude, the whole chat button on the Pro Controller thing and being able to basically like Discord call between your friends, that's massive. Previously, the only way you could really like stream Switch games in a way is if you had to have a dedicated capture card, like I do. Like I could stream things to my friends if I was on a Discord call. But now, like, that's just part of the built-in software, which is really cool. Also, there were a ton of like main titles that were announced that were pretty cool. Kirby Air Ride, Donkey Kong, the new Age of Calamity Zelda game. It's pretty cool. All the GameCube games being on there. What? All the GameCube games for the most part. Like, not all, but you know, a lot of the main titles, like Wind Waker and stuff. I'm excited about that. Really impressed with the technology that they're implementing to be able to bring together, like the camera thing, and also, you know, being able to like play with your friends simultaneously, sharing things. The game share thing is huge. Being able to take a game and say like, hey, I want to play this with a friend group that's in my living room, right? Everybody just has their own Switch and they can just play it. I've actually really appreciated something like that for a long time. And yeah, there was a lot of like little sizzle reel things that were thrown in there. Silksong, obviously. I think my favorite comment on the Direct literally was like, yeah, my favorite moment was when Silksong showed up for 2.5 seconds and it made the chat go feral. It's like, yeah, dude, that's honestly like, that's worth it in and of itself. Just watching everybody go ballistic over like 2.5 seconds of Silksong. It was so funny. But on top of that, Elden Ring, hello? Elden Ring being on the Switch, and now that the Switch is powerful enough to handle 4K 120, like actually, that's incredible. Really cool. Yeah, and Zombies Deltarune too. Finn is actually just starting to play Undertale. Sorry, I was trying to pivot between Deltarune and then what was the predecessor, Undertale. I'm going through Amori right now, but once I finish Amori, I'm probably going to jump on Undertale at some point. And that whole franchise, the whole series it's really cool. It's a game about friendship, and I have not been spoiled on it or anything like that, so I think it'll be really fun. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really cool things that are coming out. It's kind of I don't know. It's hard too because it's going to be expensive. Like no matter how you cut it, right? Splenninja, I really hope that the Direct wasn't sort of embellishing any of the game's performances on Switch 2 because it seems really powerful. I will say, Splenninja, that one comment that I saw in there in the comment section that I really do agree with and I appreciate is that someone highlighted the fact, they said it was interesting how when they showed the preview of the whole like have your game and then 4 other friends like streaming their POVs, and you also had their cameras and stuff. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the frame rate of those little games down below was kind of chunky. The bit rate and the video rate on those lower screens was kind of choppy. But he was pointing out that that's actually a really good thing because it means that Nintendo was being honest. They were not using pre-rendered videos that they were just kind of like editing into the boxes. They were giving you a true of like, yeah, it's going to be a little choppy, but this is what it's going to be like, right? And that, to me, I think it's better to be honest in that way and say like, yeah, it's not going to be perfect. But we would rather have that expectation and be like, yep, this is exactly what we're going to get, rather than like, everybody's really excited and then all of a sudden you get it, then it's like a real letdown, right? So and a lot of times they say like, oh yeah, these are pre-rendered or these are rendered in-engine or in-game or whatever. So if we want to take that as an example, I feel like they were being pretty true to form in terms of like what the experience was actually going to be like and the bitrate and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But I think you're on the right tracks too, Splenninja. Oh yeah, Hades too, Chris Wren, that's right. Hawkeye, I have a personal experience dealing with a bruised tailbone. I'll DM you later. Oh, perfect, Hawkeye. That would be a big help. Yeah, Nintendo Switch Discord, absolutely. We got more Silk Scent content today than we've gotten in 2 years. Yeah. Let's see. What were we talking about? I have a lot of love. I have some mega worried about. Oh, you have a lot of love. A lot of things that you're worried about. And like Bravely Default is also pretty cool. Let's see. As soon as I saw Elden Ring, I was like, Finn is going to be happy about this. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We were watching it and being like, oh man, like it's too bad that we weren't streaming it. But, it's also hard that, it was at 7 a.m. our time, and I also had to leave at 7:45. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, like, hey, woohoo, we're like 3/4 of the way through the direct, and then bye. Yeah, that would have been hard. For sure. Glowster, hello. Kicks on your door and offers homegrown berries. Ooh, are they strawberries? Are they blueberries? All right, Xenoblade X music, I love you, but we're gonna skip. Sorry. Mason, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, and Elden Ring 2077, big deal. Also, nobody mentioned this yet, but Borderlands 4. I do appreciate Borderlands quite a bit. I've played through the second game, and I played through some of the third game. I like that franchise. I don't have a lot of time to play it right now, but I like Borderlands. And Borderlands is a pretty graphically intensive game sometimes. So it's kind of neat that they're bringing their next entry into the franchise on Switch 2. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, if you've never played a Borderlands game, it's tongue-in-cheek humor, and it's a looter shooter, and with a capital L and a capital S. Looter shooter. Like, there are so many weapons that are kind of like randomly generated that have like some of them have really bizarre stats, some of them have really weird effects. Like one of them, if you shoot a gun, if it comes from like a certain manufacturer, imagine like Splatoon weapons and Splatoon manufacturers, right? You can have but create like a map of, you can have every type of weapon, but have it being made by every different type of manufacturer, and every weapon type and every manufacturer has a different sort of effect and stuff like that. There's one manufacturer where if you get done shooting the gun, when it gets to 0 ammo count, instead of reloading that weapon, you just throw the weapon, it becomes a grenade. Like every time. So there's weird things, and there's really fun like dynamics you can meld together in that game. I like it a lot. Can't say I'm gonna play it, to be fair, because it's probably gonna be a big time sink. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I think it's cool. Oh my gosh, yeah, Finn, remind me here. I'm gonna pin this because I know we're talking about Nintendo Direct stuff right now, but I want to get back to that. I'll share it in a second. Matt would definitely enjoy the twists and turns of Bravely Default. Were we talking about Bravely Default stuff? That's cool. Pricing has me hyper worried though, no lie. Yeah, it was. Are you thinking of the pricing of the console itself, or like all games going forward, Z? Because I do share that concern about games going forward, you know? Bumping up to an $80 price tag just in the name of saying like, oh yeah, it's HD is kind of that's really tricky right now. Especially with, to be fair, especially with a lot of stuff going on right now. And also, I mean, they're adding, is it like a $10 price tag on HD versions essentially for the Switch 2? Yeah, it's kind of concerning for like new purchases that you want to make. Blocko, honestly, it was good. Personally, I don't care about that being choppy because it's kind of unrealistic even for the improved hardware to run 4 games at a good FPS. I think it's also kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily running 4 games simultaneously in parallel, Blocko, but the fact that the console has to deal with the bit rate of sending the signal of the game to the screen while also streaming in 4 or multiple like video streams, that's a lot of internet. There's a lot of bitrate transferring that has to go on too, right? So it's just, and it depends on internet connection, it depends on like, you know, everything else. So there's a lot of factors, but like you said, and like I mentioned, I think it's good that they showed that it was choppy and not the best right now, and I think that's, you know, them being transparent with how good or how poor that experience is going to feel. But I do also appreciate that they're kind of taking a step in a new direction. People were wondering if this was going to be kind of like a Switch refresh. This is not a refresh. This really is a whole new console. I do appreciate the fact that a lot of the Pro controllers and Joy-Cons are backwards compatible for the most part, except for the C button, obviously. So that is nice that you can use your old hardware if you're interested. I also think it's really, really nice. They took a lot of notes from just the Switch user base over many years, and they made a lot of improvements to, I mean, one of the biggest got to be the dock. The fact that the dock has a built-in dedicated fan is incredible. That is such a great feature that was not an oversight when they first released the console. I think it's just kind of what they had at the time. But to use the opportunity of a refresh to reset everything and have a new go at stuff, I think having a dedicated fan was a huge plus, especially if they're going to be running 4K 120 hertz. That console is going to be hot. I mean, temperature hot. I am really curious to know what the internal bones are. When I say bones, meaning like what graphics chip is it running, what specs is it running, because to be able to output that kind of resolution and frame rate, that takes a really well built chipboard, you know, between the graphics unit and all that other stuff. So I don't know if they've released that information yet, but I would be very interested to find out. Also, Glowster, you have strawberries and blueberries. Oh, cool. I was actually I was running this morning, and I ran a 10K with a friend, and I was so tempted to stop by and get a smoothie from one of the smoothie shops that's near here. I really wanted to get one because, like, a post run for me, like, the perfect thing is like a fruit smoothie afterward. It's just it's my favorite. But I kind of had to resist the temptation because I didn't really want to get into the habit of being like, oh yeah, every time I exercise, I get a nice smoothie. It's like, nah, I didn't want to establish that behavior. So, excuse me, I'm gonna save it for special occasions. Fuzzy, hello. Mario Kart World is worth $80, but also I don't know about anything else. Also, hi, hi, Fuzzy. There's actually a lot. There's a lot down the pipeline, Fuzzy. Some pretty cool stuff too. But I think the Switch is. I really appreciate what they did. With Mario Kart World, and other stuff too. It's looking pretty cool. Block, I guess that's what I meant. Like, it doesn't have to do the whole game, but like still would have to render those individual videos separately, yeah, and stream in all their information. Exactly. It's still like a big challenge for that. Zombies, both. Though I predicted that the 450 price tag, due to things, it's a tough pill to swallow. The game price, both physical and digital, hitting that high is going to keep me in many away from like buying new games. Yeah, especially first party games, because like never go on a mega sale. Especially, yeah, things like and especially that these new first party games are going to be they're going to be new. Like, you can't, like, sure, if it was a new Switch and you wanted to play Mario Kart 8, whatever, yeah, sure, I got Mario Kart 8, I already own it, and just, like, you know, plug in the game card. But now we're not just talking about Mario Kart 8, we're talking about Mario Kart World, like new refreshes of new games that are hitting that $80 price tag. It's tough. So ain't no one using that C button. I mean, for some people who don't have Discord, actually, and like people who don't have capture cards and stuff like that, I know that we live in an era where Discord makes accessibility for like viewing your friends' like games and streams and stuff very, very accessible for people who want to do that. But I think we forget sometimes. I mean, having a tool that allows you to share your Switch game is pretty cool. And I think that's a really neat thing for people who need that kind of service to be able to interact and chat with people. You know, I just wonder if people are going to still use Discord, because Discord is such a monster, right? That will people just default to using Discord still, or will they actually use the Switch service to be able to do that? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Spell Ninja has no Discord, so like being able to share screens and stuff, you know, so it doesn't. I'm sure that, you know, Discord users far outweigh non-Discord users for the most part, but just the fact that you can now use your Switch gameplay and stream that, I think is helpful. C stands for confused. You're right, Blocko. It does. Is that button still on here somewhere? I think it is. C? C stands for confused. Where is that at? F stands for force. No? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, never mind. Oops. Oh, Virginie, hello. I can't wait for open world Mario Kart. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. Hi, Virginie. Welcome to waiting for Xenoblade X to download. Yeah, unfortunately, I bought this game last night, but then I have two different Switches. I have my old Switch and my OLED, and I have it downloaded on the OLED, but I just didn't have time to download it on this Switch. So, here we are. It's okay. There's plenty to talk about with the Switch trailer for sure. Absolutely. No lie, I like the back buttons. I use them a ton on other controllers. So what are those buttons usually paired to, Zombies? Are those little bumper buttons on the bottom, are they used for like certain things? You know, like usually, you know, sticks are dedicated to movement. The D-pad is direction to, like, you know, command roses and stuff. But do those bumpers get used for anything in particular? You can just assign them. You can assign them to whatever you want. I suppose it also gives developers more tools to say that, like, hey, we're gonna design a game and we want to incorporate the buttons in the bottom. Yeah, that's fair too. Zombies. My biggest concern is the games that are game cart keys. These are gonna hurt game preservation a ton. What do you mean by the game cart keys? It's gonna hurt game preservation. Where can you give me some examples of what you're talking about? Just want to know. Just want to make sure I'm on the same page. The only thing I'll use the C button for is to like switch my. Oh yeah, to like share your Switch screen. No, exactly. That's fair. Catch people playing Fortnite on Switch with cracked aim. Yeah, and also the mouse portion of the Joy-Con stuff, right? Oh, the game cart. I don't think I was on. I may not have been on the stream for this portion of stuff. Interesting. Oh. Oh, interesting. So game keycards are different because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game keycard is your key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. Interesting. Why does it sound like Skyrim music? It's got the drums. Dun, 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 dun. Well, you know what also is really challenging about this? What's really challenging about this, too, is that there are some games that it's like, I don't necessarily have all of the... I don't have all of the memory space on my Switch to be able to afford to, you know... I'll just throw a physical card in there. You know, but now, like, you do have to download it. Granted, yes, they did technically upgrade the storage from the default, like, what was it? Did they say 32 default earlier in, like, the original? Up to 256, 8 times what it was. Okay, that's great, Nintendo, but also you're requiring me to basically hold on to every single game. And now I run into this situation where I'm waiting to download a game that I want to play. Ugh. Yeah. Interesting. Especially since the game chat is now contained to just the Switch, yeah. Switch players are gonna have a mouse to use on Fortnite. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild, Fuzzy. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know that I would use it myself, but we'll see how it goes. Virginia, I love exploring, so oh my gosh, it's like perfect. We have time to chat in the meantime. Exactly. I even think Finn was talking about that. When we were looking at the trailer and watching it go, we were like, oh, Mario Kart free roam? Free roam, please? Free roam? Yeah, exactly. Gosh. Hi, Cal. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good. We're unfortunately we are at the mercy of my internet speed to download Xenoblade X, and I don't think I have my Ethernet adapter. I don't think I do. Even if I did, you know what? Let me check. Maybe I do. Let me rummage through my stuff real quick. Maybe I do have my Ethernet adapter. Oh, mighty internet speed! Godspeed, download! Sounds different. Oh, y'all, this is very random. I have some terrible news. I came into my apartment this morning, and lo and behold, for some reason, my guitar string broke. I wasn't even playing it. I just came in and looked at it and was like, oh, it's broken. Just decided to give up in the middle of the night. What the heck? Now I gotta buy new strings. Brr. Dang it. Yeah. It is with your wisdom that we disconnect. Ooh, wait, is this it? No, not it. My bag of very well organized knot cords and things and such. I thought for a second it might be in my Switch box, but oh, hello, is this it? No, that was a USB bus. I really don't want to dump this on the floor. I really don't want to dump this on the floor. We'll find out. Okay, so if the game ever gets pulled off the eStore, you can't play it if you don't have it previously in your library. Yeah, we're running into this issue already, actually, with LEGO Dimensions. All the expansions that you bought can't be played without a ton of workaround. That's really interesting, and it's not like you can go back to physical, like physicalized versions of it to be able to go play it, right? I can see what you're talking about. Just to get your opinion... Oh, wait a minute. Just to get your opinion, zombies, and anybody, really? Huh. Alright. Shall I be right back? Shall I beer? I'm gonna go plug this in, actually. And I think the time that it will take for me to plug this in will be well worth the download speed trade-off. So let me go plug this into the Ethernet. My question, and I'm curious what zombies you think, and maybe what y'all think too. Oh, hey, look what I found. I don't know why I have these. Oh, I'm gonna keep these out. Who knows? It'll be fun. I'm curious if you feel like part of this decision to go to game key cards versus like physical cards is this related in any way to people like data mining and ripping through, like, is that even how data mining would be accomplished, by like accessing a game card for internal like game things, or are people more advanced in a way that like it doesn't matter if it's downloaded or if it's a game card, you can still like either emulate it or, you know, whatever that might be. Like, would this be a situation where Nintendo says like, oh, well, we're gonna prevent emulators and data mining and blah 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 by just removing the ability to have a physicalized chip that has all of the game's data on it, right? And we're gonna say like, nope, now you gotta just download it for the internet by doing that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know how data mining / emulating kind of pulls from that data. I don't know if that would be a safeguard that they'd have to try and protect, but yeah, interesting. I'm curious what you think. Let me go actually plug in my Switch to my Ethernet cable. Unfortunately, I don't have a separate cable here, so I'm gonna have to put this to sleep, go to the other room, plug it in, etc. All right, I'll be right back with this. Yeah, because the only other Ethernet cable that I have that's long enough is the one that's currently plugged into my stream. So, goodbye, stream. Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But that would be tough. All right. You know, it'd be really awful is if I do this whole process, only to come back and find out that like it didn't start downloading or whatever. Ethernet, my savior. You became what I sought to destroy. Slow internet speeds. You have stopped moving. All right. I have extracted my device. I'll be right back. To better internet speeds, hopefully. Well, that was a fun little surprise. Little old me completely forgot that apparently the OLED dock has a built-in LAN port. Hello. I completely forgot about that. So, I'm assuming I don't even need the Ethernet adapter, right? LAN? It's not like... That's not... Is that LAN? Yeah. That's like Ethernet, right? As opposed to Ethernet to the internet versus like, oh, you can LAN link your switches together. Am I on the right? Am I being silly? Am I on the right page here? I think that works. It's got a LAN port in the OLED dock. So I'm assuming I don't even need the adapter. I had to plug it in. Okay. Replace the glasses on your hat. Oh, perfect. It's a good idea. Could be, but I actually know the reason why key cards are a thing. It's just money. They actually did something similar on the Switch 1, but this is it perfected. Switch cards came in different sizes. Bigger sizes cost more, so most games that use those carts are now first party. Third party bought cheaper cards with smaller sizes, and consumers got hit by needing to install more of the game because the cards held less data. Interesting. The keys that are perfected, just run a key with 10% base install data and download the rest, saving companies a metric ton on cost. Is it a metric? They save on cost because they don't have to worry about like installing as much, essentially. Like I see. Like if I had a game card, if this game card had to hold Breath of the Wild, and you're like, oh, well, Breath of the Wild is 50 gigabytes or whatever. Well, now I have to have a minimum of at least 50 gigabytes on this memory, on this game card, right? But if I only have 10%, then I only need to have, at most, 5 gigabytes. And now suddenly, you're able to produce 10 times the number of game cards per, normal cost, right? Interesting. So it's really just about storage. I never would have thought that would have been a thing, but that makes total sense. We had to deal with the backlash at GameStop a ton. Interesting. Dun 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 dun. Welcome back, Chris. Interesting that it's money too. Hawk, I'm not a Nintendo guy, but I think there's two reasons. One, money, like Z said, and the other is increased security management, which could also go for improved DRM. Interesting. Security management, like not being able to get their game cards broken into, essentially. Block, in a similar vein, talking about physical games, I do get the feeling that part of the reason why physical games are getting a price hike compared to digital games is because of the recent tariffs, at least in the US. Yep. That's kind of what I mentioned. That's what I was inferring, Blocko, when we were talking about just like the price increase of things in general. Also, my phone for some reason is like reflecting on my face, and it's giving me like this weird underglow on my face. Wow. It's like a weird lighting trick. How are you getting more light on in your streams? Well, I'm just positioning my phone in a certain way to hit my face. It's funny. Yeah, Block, I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of it too, I'm sure. Which is interesting that they've been preparing this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct for a while, probably, but it's interesting that I wonder if, because of the recent tariffs and stuff, all of a sudden there was a blitz of like, oh, well, okay, I guess it's time to respond. Yeah, the pricing makes sense, but that doesn't mean I like it. I will agree with you 100%, and also I feel like that also makes me more interested in trying to play through the games that I own. You know what I mean? I know that everybody wants to go to the next big thing, but I have a lot of games that I'm still trying to get through, and I almost want to finish those first before I start chomping into the pie that is $80 Nintendo Switch games that I haven't played yet. You know what I mean? I mean, did my family own Kirby Air Ride 1? I think we did. Yeah, because it was a game. It was a freaking GameCube game, man. Yeah. I loved this game. I don't know if we owned it. I don't know if we owned it or if we I can't remember if we owned it or if we like rented it. We might have rented it. But like oh, it was pretty cool. It was pretty dang neat. Oh gosh, I remember this ad. This was the advertisement for this game, and it was like, it was a little Kirby cut out and taped into this like Blue Angels thing. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, so funny. Anyway, yeah, what a time. I do remember some of this. There were some other Kirby games that were pretty cool too, but Air Ride was one of them. Kirby Air Ride! Hi, Jenny! Welcome to stream. My childhood! Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too. My family spent a lot of time on the GameCube, let me just tell you. So I know that GameCube wasn't necessarily as popular as some of the other consoles to date, but oh my gosh, Pokemon Coliseum, Mario Strikers. I freaking loved Mario Strikers, the soccer game. Underrated also is Mario Baseball. I also really liked Superstar Baseball back in the GameCube, and they've got Mario Sluggers on the Wii, but that's not even the same thing. Yeah, it's not the same game at all. Mario Baseball was peak. There's a lot of sporting game iterations with Mario, like Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, Mario Strikers and stuff, but Baseball literally was one of my favorite. I freaking loved this game. You could fit different people on your team, put them in the outfield, control a lot of stuff, surprisingly. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Scrolling back up a little bit, digital rights management, i.e. like preventing piracy. Security has little to do with it. Most of these games got broke fast. First-party games, I can promise, will rarely have a key card unless it's just a smaller experimental game. Key point first major confirmed key card is Bravely Default, a third-party game. Got it. Interesting. Third party. So we'll see how big that storage is as well. Mason, I'm happy that we're getting PlayStation, Xbox Series S, X, and S level power games. Oh yeah. So games that are of the graphic tier of PS5, Xbox, Switch has finally caught up in the hardware department, and they've done a really good job, it seems. And also what's really cool is that it gives developers a lot more tools to work with. When a developer is saying, hey, what game can I develop? They can now look at the graphic profile of a Switch 2 and say, like, yep, I can push it to this limit and actually develop a game to that level. I think it's nice. Block, I already own too many games, so I'm probably not going to get a Switch 2 until something like Xenoblade 4 gets announced. Yep, that would be cool. That would be for sure. It's also challenging to me because I want to point out, I want to explain like maybe a situation that I'm in. Finn and I were talking about getting a Steam Deck because we wanted to play Elden Ring on the Steam Deck. Thought that was a really cool idea. Well, guess what's coming to Nintendo Switch 2? Elden Ring. So do you buy a whole other console for the same game but in a different, it's like, oh jeez. It's like we could buy a Steam Deck still because Steam, but then also now Nintendo's coming out with all this stuff, so it's, I don't know, it's a hard position to be in. Blocko, I'm so glad that Sakurai gets to take a break from Smash and go do something I think he'll enjoy. Yeah, absolutely. Is Sakurai working on Kirby Air Ride? Kirby was one of his favorite. Did he help develop Kirby, essentially? I believe so. Something like that. Luigi, Kirby Air Ride is one of my friend's favorite games. I don't think we owned it, because I don't remember really seeing it in the box, per se. But I do know that we rented it and definitely played it at some point, for sure. Yeah, I was goated with the scooter. That's so funny. I'm gonna skip this, whatever this is. Okay. This is an easy way for Nintendo to guarantee third-party developers will make games for the Switch because it cuts their cost. Oh, so they say like, hey, you can develop your game at a lower cost for us, and we can release it on a physical game card, or, well, a key card, I suppose. And then you just make it downloadable, and then, third-party developers are going to say, yeah, sure. More income for them. For sure. Chris Ryan, I'm still sad they didn't put The Legend of Zelda. Oh, Twilight Princess. Well, maybe not yet. I'm sure that maybe it'll come along eventually, but, you know, it's really hard with the waiting game, right, Chris? It's like, I'd like to try these games. It'd be fun. Mario Baseball and the GameCube Tennis were my favorites. Yeah, dude, I love the GameCube Tennis. I think there was a Switch version of it, I think, and it was a little too crazy, but I really liked... Actually, and you know what's interesting? I really liked playing Mario Tennis on the... I think it was on Game Boy. I'm pretty sure. I think it was on Game Boy. If not, it was also on GameCube, for sure. They had, like, little fun mini-games where you had to, like, hit the ball towards, like, the lizards and stuff. It was cool. Jenny, hi man, chat. Sorry, I just saw Kirby Air Ride. I got crazy for that. No, go crazy. Jenny, it's really cool that they're bringing it back. And, you know, if they're going to bring it back and also bring it up to, like, Switch 2's standards, that'll be really nice. That'll be cool. Yeah, I love Sluggers. I hope they bring it. I hope they bring back baseball. I think that'd be fun. Though I think they made like a Wii version of the Twilight Princess as the main one. What do you think about Donkey Kong new design? I have played a little bit of like Donkey Kong Country and some of the other... I've played some of the Game Boy Advance games with Donkey Kong, and I enjoyed those. I'm not like... on my Nintendo tier list, I'm not like super high up there on like the Donkey Kong fan level, but I mean he's cool, and I'm interested to see how the game plays out. Could be kind of fun. We don't need a Steam Deck, but I'm gonna buy Elden Ring on Switch 2 and Steam. Yeah. See, that's the thing is that that's the other problem is that if you buy Elden Ring now on Switch, is that gonna preclude you, or is it gonna be available to play Night Rain? It's like, come on, man. Aye. It's tough. There's so many versions of it now. Zombies. Also, as content creators, there's a question of like, do we get the new thing to stay fresh or wait? Yeah, because you at one point you want to stay relevant, but then also at the other time like you've got other stuff that you want to play, right? I think it's really hard because you're in a position as a creator where you're like, well, I want to invest in this because I think it'd be good for my community and my channel, but at the same time you're like, that's a big investment, like that's expensive. So for sure. Yeah, Sakurai is the father of Kirby. That's what I thought. So it's actually kind of nice for him to be able to go back and do stuff for his kiddo, for Kirby. He also hinted at a new project while his YouTube channel was up, so this must be it. Oh, cool! Yeah, absolutely. Nice. I love that for Sakurai. That's really cool. It was on Game Boy. It was super fun. Neat. I mean, broke with a year. Yeah, me too, Jenny. I feel that way. Honestly, like it's a lot to take on right now, but we'll see. Aaron Phillips, hello. Keep me in your thoughts. A massive thunderstorm in Tennessee, and I'm a bit scared. It's okay. I understand, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in to stream at least, and we could help, kind of support you and give you some company while the storm's passing. We actually had a pretty scary night last night too. I'll go into more detail, but it included it did not include thunderstorms, but it certainly felt kind of crazy too. I'll tell you guys that story after we're done finishing with the Nintendo stuff. I'm honestly not expecting another Smash game ever because I think Sakurai wants to let that series just exist. Yeah, and I wonder what that does for people who kind of grew up playing it versus people who wanted to see more characters added and stuff like that. I don't know. It's interesting that unless you were really truly part of the fan base and you still play Smash Bros. To play it either competitively or just at least for your own entertainment, I don't hear a lot about it, and maybe people are just playing it in the background. I'm not aware of it, but it's definitely not. Smash does not rise to the surface in conversations very much anymore, and that's okay. It's not a problem, but it's interesting that that's what's happened now. Sending good vibes your way. Thanks, Bucko. How's the download going? I'll go check in a second. They should give us Smash Bros. Enhanced with one or more DLC of new characters. I mean, that'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know. I think I am not in the game developer headspace, but I've said it before, and I've been proven wrong that I wasn't really sure how they were gonna upgrade the Mario Kart experience, right? I was like, oh, they came out with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition, and it's like one of their most sold titles around the world. What are they gonna do to improve the formula on a racing game? You go around in a circle, you go around in a track. Well, I was proven wrong. They made Mario Kart World, and it looks like it's gonna crush. Like, it looks really cool. So dare I say that, you know, oh, Smash Bros is just a 2D platformer fighting game. How are they gonna improve on that formula? I'm not gonna doubt them. If they decide to take Smash and upgrade it in any sort of way, I'm sure that they will do something that truly deserves, like, you know, its upgrade in that way. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know. As sad as I am that Noah's Xenoblade 3 will never be a Smash fighter, I do want people to be able to let go of the series. Noah's Xenoblade 3, or now that I'm playing Future Redeemed, Matthew Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed. How cool it'd be to have Matthew with his fists and his Ouroboros form going in there. Or Gondor as as Gondor as another character. I mean, that'd be fun. I don't know. Gah! Absolutely. But, you know, it's okay. Oh, Noah with Gondor's class. That's what it is. I think I got it. That's the merging of two worlds. Mason, I'm glad Nintendo gave Donkey Kong a new design from the design he's had since, like, SNES and N64 days. New design? You can have more reactions with DK face. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that was a thing. Luigi, honestly, I think Smash should stay pretty similar, just with, like, more characters. It's pretty good where it's at, and removing character without a massive change to the gameplay will be extremely unpopular. Yeah, that, and, you know, it's very, there's a lot of people who are familiar with fighting games because of kind of the tradition of how they're designed, right? People adapt to how a fighting game works, like in terms of its commands, its fights, its moves, its actions, all that stuff. And I think to take that and, like, really change it or overhaul it would be, I don't think that would be accepted very well, to be fair. Also, I can't help but notice that Smash was not in the list of games that are getting Switch 2 upgrades. I get the feeling that lends to credence to my theory, though we also definitely don't have the full list. If they ever do another Smash, I just hope that they get Sakurai to make it, and he actually wants to make it, at least for now. He seems kind of burnt out on the series. Yeah, I think if he has the interest of coming back to develop it, I think that'd be fair. But I think it's really hard when, you know, someone who has put their heart and soul into the game is just ready to, you know, let the series live on in whatever form it lives in. So I think that's a perfectly justifiable reason for him too. So we'll see. All right, let me go check download. Well, wouldn't you believe it, it's done. Yeah, dude. Ethernet downloading versus Wi-Fi is just a whole nother level. Obscene. But that's good. Alright, so we'll, sorry for the delay, y'all. I know we just chatted for about an hour, but frankly, I included this in the Discord announcement. I was kind of half expecting to talk about the Direct at length, because I really think that it was seriously, like, a dump of information that was really important, but also worthwhile to discuss. So I want to thank everybody for y'all's input, your thoughts. Zombies, I really appreciate your insight in terms of, you know, what you've experienced at GameStop and all that, because that's a really cool insight about, you know, game card development in general that I would have had no idea about, to be frank. So that's really cool, and I appreciate your thoughts. And everybody else, thanks for sharing your excitement and your other ideas and such. I'm not sure when, if, where, what I will be doing with the Switch 2 when it comes out. But we will kind of cross that cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, we're gonna jump right into Xenoblade X because I've been well, been a little bit distracted. But first thing I will share is a weird story about what happened last night. I've been I will also say that I've been very fortunate to have picked up on some stuff. Hello? Did this go to sleep? Maybe? Nope, it's here. Okay, good. Oh, nope, not yet. I've been enjoying journaling, actually. It's been pretty fun. I picked up this journal from... Actually, I picked up this journal from Daiso. Jenny, I don't know if you remember me. I think you do. I went to Daiso, which is a Japanese convenience store. They actually opened one up in our city, which is pretty cool. So I got this Japanese notebook. It's not anything special. It's literally like just graph paper. It's nothing crazy. But I recently started journaling, and I kind of like. I have a system for it. I have a pattern that I can't even. Oops, sorry, microphone. I have a pattern that I like doing. So I've got like notes on. I've got April. April's up here, and then I've got all the days 1 through 30, and then I've got like a block. I've got like a block form of, you know, if I've taken my vitamins, or if I've, you know, read a book, or, you know, did certain activities that I wanted to do. I document all those things here. If I miss it, I put an X, and if I do it, I fill it in, and eventually this whole page is just going to be all of my notes for like the day, and then also all of my block stuff all the way down. I know that, like, for a very, very long time, I was somebody who didn't really... I wasn't really interested in keeping a journal, but I will tell you that I wish that I started earlier. And Blocko, I want to encourage you, because I felt the same way for a long time. I always thought that I was like, man, I gotta write down every single thought that I have. I want to be able to, like, you know, document everything, and I don't have time for it. This method... I really like this method. You'll actually find this a lot online. I don't think it's called bullet journaling, but it's just something that if you want to keep track of like habits or things you want to do, and then just track it over, you know, each page is a month essentially. So you've got all 30 days there. And then at the end of the night, before I go to bed, this is just like my little thing that I do at the end. And then I write, this is one line per day. Don't overwhelm yourself with like, oh, I gotta write like full paragraphs of how my day was. Just literally write like the one memorable thing that happened that day, and then that's your entry just for one day. So I don't know. I've really appreciated this style. I'm really enjoying kind of like taking notes of stuff. And you can also do like little doodles and stuff. Like I've done write yourself like reminders and notes for later. So I've got like project ideas over here. I've got reminders for next month, and I've got like, you know, notes from, you know, things that have happened. So, and this is on graph paper, by the way. So part of the reason that this works is because it's on graph. So on graph, you can make like, you know, all the little boxes and stuff. I also happen to write like, you know, very, very small and stuff. That's what has kind of helped too. But anyway, my whole point in telling you this was that last night I did all my journal entry at midnight, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. And then 12:30 rolls around, and the dog next door just starts barking like crazy. And this dog is not, her name is Blue. Blue is not a very loud dog. She hardly ever barks, if like maybe once or twice, but like she was incessantly barking, not stopping for like 20-30 minutes, and we're like, and it's right next to us, so it's like there's something wrong. And like nobody can sleep because this dog's barking, and the dog is in a fenced in yard, and like you look through the window, and this dog is just like staring up at the window that's open, and it's like I could sense that something was wrong. Like just it did not feel right, and I was like, well, maybe the person next door is having a health crisis, and maybe this dog is like, because I've heard stories of, you know, dogs and cats and other pets are very, very sensitive to like health conditions sometimes. Like that's why they make wonderful pets for people with disabilities or people who need service dogs for that kind of thing, right? So my mind was kind of turning along the gears of maybe this is an emergency and we need to do something. Normally I wouldn't do this, but slapped on a coat, went outside, and was gonna like ring the doorbell and say like, hey, you know, is there anybody home that like needs help? Because I'm pretty sure the neighbor lives by themselves. So we went out there at you know, midnight, and unfortunately we went through the fence to like to like check on Blue, like was she gonna run inside or whatever, and then she ended up running around the house and then jumped the fence. And we were like, oh no. Oh, we've created a problem. Like a bigger problem than when we started with. And I'm like, I'm terrified. Like I feel my heart like literally sank. I'm like, I have just lost someone's dog. Like I felt terrible. So up until like, yeah, we were kind of freaking out. Until 1 in the morning, we started just walking around, like, looking for this dog, listening for this dog, and didn't hear anything at all. And we're like, didn't get any response from the neighbor, by the way. Nothing. Like, nobody woke up, no doorbells were answered, no texts were answered, like, nothing. So it's like, great, we're sitting out here in the middle of the night, and this dog is on the loose. We have no idea where she is. And then, all of a sudden, we're walking around the neighborhood, and I look out and I hear sirens and I'm like, what's that? There's a fire, like a huge fire, probably about 5 miles away. And there's, even in like the evening, midnight, you can see this plume of smoke, like rising out about 5 miles away. And it's kind of close to where the hospital is. And I was like, oh my gosh, shoot. I hope that there's no like, I hope the hospital isn't burning, right? It was a massive plume that you could see like a reflection of the flames, like the orange fire, underneath the smoke as it was rising out. And it's like, what happened? What is going on? So anyway, it was a bizarre day. It was an April Fool's Day for sure. It was wild. It's really ironic that I wrote in my journal and I was like, yeah, nothing like too crazy happened today. Yeah, right. It all started at 12:30. So, long story short, the good news is we got a text later that morning, actually right before the Nintendo Direct, that the neighbor texted us and was like, "Oh hey, sorry, I was asleep. Blue showed up this morning at 7 in the morning," and it's like, my gosh, dude. Here I was thinking that like we were gonna start like having a conversation of like, where's the dog? What happened? Where did she go? When did she leave? We're gonna put up, you know, missing dog signs. It's like I was freaking out. But fortunately, dog is really smart. She found her way home. But it's like, dude, why? We don't know if the neighbor just like left her outside and just forgot, or this dog was loud and it was incessant. Like you couldn't fall asleep. So I really don't know what the situation was. It is not my place to search and ask. I am just overwhelmingly relieved that the dog's fine. The dog is back. It's like, gosh dang it. So anyway, yeah, that was my evening. That was not what I expected at all. But wild. It was kind of out of the ordinary. Oh, did I just delete it? Oops, I meant to unpin it. Sorry. Unpin. There we go. Yeah, we could barely fall asleep because they're so freaked out about it. Exactly. So, anyway, what a time. All's well that ends well. Yeah, I hindsight is 20/20. If I had known that would have happened, I would have never even gone outside in the first place. But we wanted to... But the other part of me was like, what if this human being is not safe? Like, what if there is a medical emergency that we could be intervening with right now, right? So, anyway, I looking back, it all worked out, but like just barely. This dog found its way home, thank goodness. But like, anyway, it was a bizarre night. Crazy. All right, Xenoblade X time. Xenoblade X time. What a way to do it. An hour in, ha. It'll be fine. Block, I want to start a journal for my game design, so what I might start doing is like keeping a small journal in my bag. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Or like on my desk that's easy to access. I kind of started similar for games. I have a spreadsheet where I log every game I've ever played, my backlog, and like thoughts on them. Yeah, that's a journal in a way. Whoa, it's a whale. Hi, people. Oh, I hear crunchy sounds. Yeah, glad that everything's okay. Me too. Wild. Definitely made the right choice. Not acting if there was a problem would have been much worse. Exactly. Alright. Also, is it very loud? It seems like it's very loud. Why are you crunchy? Okay, I wish it wasn't so crunchy. Can I... Pause. Restart. No crunchy. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's really difficult in, you know, hindsight is 2020. When you look back, you're like, oh, yeah, like, I could have done this, could have done that better. But, nah, I just, you know, I'm glad that it worked out, but it was certainly terrifying when it happened. Let's make sure my settings are okay. Yeah. Highest quality. Yeah. Okay, well, where'd my thing go? Hello? Can't I find my mouse here? Huh. That's weird. Okay. Close. Now I've really kind of... I've really kind of messed it up. Okay. 1 second, please. Hello. It's really weird. Welcome back, Audrey. I'm glad you had a good rest. Glad you had a good nap. All right. Let's try this. Let's start off with hide sidebar. Is my thing not recording? Yeah, that kills my graphics card. Okay, let's do this and switch to this guy and then go from there. Pink. Cool. There we go. I think that's less crunchy. No more audio problems. What's written on this piece of metal? Whoa. Oh my gosh. In the beginning was time. And time. And I found my napkin math for creating life. My poor napkin math. Written on a giant piece of floating titanium. Boo, Dang, that's a big ship, if that's what that is. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Definitive Edition. Can you tell that Tetsuya Takahashi was a Star Wars fan? Yeah, maybe just a little bit. I want to create a Xenoblade space game. Oh. Whoa. Dang. It's Origin! Kind of. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Oh, shoot. That's a lot of spaceships.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning.
Wow.
Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye.
Yikes.
coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus.
Project Exodus.
Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth.
Interstellar.
Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years.
Hi, Mixel.
But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale.
Dang.
After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived.
A lone hero.
Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface.
That's like a whole city. What the heck? New York City?
Since then, 2 months have passed.
Whoa. Dang. New LA, technically. I shouldn't say New York City. Bye, Earth. Oh, dearie me. Here we go. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week after we get done with the character creator. Oh, dear me. Oh. Oh boy, this is gonna be the rest of the stream, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. That's not that bad. It's fine. Should we go should we go Mimi? Or should we go Lumina? I kinda wanna go Lumina. I always do. In like most of my games that I'm creating a person. Welcome to Clunky Creator Character Time! Strap in, folks! I should be alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Lumina. Oh my lordy! Oh dear me. Okay, well first let me reduce the volume. Because while I love the Xenoblade jams... Finn, what was it that you're talking about where you're like, hey, if you change the hairstyle, or you change the hair color or something like that, does it change the style or whatever? That's cool. Different sections of bases have different options, by the way. That's what I figured. So, like, different hairstyles. Oh my gosh, it's Control. Look at different faces. Okay. So, different base... Is it that, like, different bases have different... Is this just height? I am super tall. I'm gonna go right in the middle. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, well, before we... Ah, okay. Bink! Oh, interesting. So this special is, like, the little thingies. Whoa. I kind of missed on a different hairstyle. I would have liked more. I didn't realize that. Interesting. Because you just went with one person. And you're like, oh, there they are. So, like, twin pigtails. Whoa, there's like a braid thing in the back. That's cool. Oh! That's cool. It's like Mithra's thing, isn't it? Is that Mithra Pyra's thing? It's kind of neat. Huh. Interesting. Oh, this little flick is cool. Doink! Dang. Interesting. Okay. Reference hairstyles! That's cool. Okay, let's go back to... Turn to base selection. So let's start from the beginning, shall we? It's really the hair... Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Dude, it's Mithra's hair! That's Mithra if I've ever seen anybody. Yeah, dude. That's absolutely Mithra's hair. Dang. Wow, no kidding. It said you can go back. I don't really like... There's like a ponytail one. Finn, is this the one you have, maybe? Possibly? Nia's hair without cat ears looks slightly cursed. Which one is Nia's? Oh, this one? Is this Nia's with like the short... Yeah, with the little like tight braids on the side, right? That must be. Yeah, without the ears, it's kind of way different. What if we tried to... Oh, is there like no... Oh, look, it's Nia! Yeah, it does look really strange. It does not look the same at all. This is the face that I went with? Okay, but you went with a different... So you went with this face and you did this hairstyle, right? This is you? This is Finn of Man, I believe, yeah? Okay. My good lord. Oh, there's so many. Alright. Some of these are kind of like here's the Mithra Nia. Oh my gosh, look, it's her. It's her. I'm kind of looking for ponytail-esque, I think. Ooh, wait, it's the little braid. Kind of looks like Miyabi, but also Laura. Mio. Oh, Mio too. See, without the ears, it completely throws. Yeah, no, okay. Without the ears, it completely looks different. Same with Nia, right? Without their ears, Mio and Nia just look different. All right, is this just all short? Oh, it's like Laura Croft, kind of. Oh, that braid in the back is pretty cool, with like the long side. Finn, can you change your stuff later? I think you can. You just need something. Do you need to like progress past a certain point? The long hair looks nice too. This looks nice. I already went through this one. Ooh, little headband. Oh, cool. The headband looks cool, although I don't really like how they decided to put this as like a little anglerfish. I don't like the anglerfish look. That's not really my speed. Oh dear. Pigtails. You can take that out. Yeah, that's one of the options, right? There's the hairband in the back. There's kind of like the Mithra look as well. Not Mithra, but Pyra, I guess. Yeah, Pyra's hair, because they already had Mithra earlier. Neat. Okay. We're getting through it. I don't really feel the need to like customize all the other stuff per se, like the features. More so just the hair. Oh, there's a bun. Oh, it's like a braided one too. It's actually kind of nice. There's also a lot of hair elements in that one too. That one looks like Fiora's. Which one were you looking at? This one? Maybe. Hairband. Bottom one. This one? Maybe, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh my gosh, this person... Oh, Charla. Maybe Charla. Okay, I think this looks pretty nice with the braid and the bun in the back. I might go with that, actually. But let me check to see if there's anything else. Ooh, what's this one? That's a nice one, too. Kind of just, like, framed. Headband. I think the bun's pretty cool. I don't see any different ones. Whoa, the swoop! The shave and swoop! Whoa, look at this curly one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa, look at this one. That's a swoop hair right there. Dang. This one's got like a high cut in the back, which is interesting. Okay, discard. What about this one? Anything? Those are pretty cool. Okay. So I think I'm trying to decide between I don't think I want the I mean maybe this one looks pretty nice. Deciding between the hair clip in the back. I'm deciding between the hair clip, the braided one, the braid in the back. Where's the braided one? This one. Braid, bun in the back. Or honestly, I thought the without the little thingy, I thought this one was pretty cool too. The this hairband one. Just without the thingy. It's pretty nice too. I feel like the top right faces feel the most Lumina-y. I would agree. I was gonna go with probably this, like one of these bases up here, but then just go with a different hairstyle. So what about this hair? Yeah, so I'm debating hairband or how about this one? Oh, it's the thingy. Pyra hair. That one's pretty cool. I think I might go with the bun. Two of the faces are the same base, just different other settings. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay, I think I might go with the bun style, to be honest. So who had the bun? Did you have the bun? No, I don't think so. No, you did. What is this? Oh. Sure, more hair, why not? Okay, now the question is... Oh my goodness gracious, there's so many. There's a lot of me that wants to go with, like... grayish? Whoa. That's interesting. Whoa. White with, like... Oh, that's actually kind of like... That's actually kind of like, I think that's actually pretty cool, and it reminds me of, it really does remind me of, like, an Octoling's hairstyle, where Octolings have the kind of, like, different tentacles, but they've also got the, and it does look like the logo, too, you're right, like the white and the blue. Yeah. I'm really leaning toward that, actually. Because it reminds me of how an Octoling would have... I wonder if I switched it. What if I did, like, a base color? Ooh, yeah. Like an actual Octoling, right? Oh. Except it also looks like toothpaste. Listen, nothing will compare to Fire Emblem Engage. Colgate hair. Pepsi whatever. I don't know, y'all. Should we do white with a colored tip, or should we do color with white tips? I'm honestly leaning toward this, to be honest. I know it seems it seems different, but I also like it being different too. The red looks pretty nice too, to be fair. Whatever you want. Okay. I think my heart was kind of set on that, so I think it looks pretty cool. Hannah, Big Wave, popping in for a quick hello. Before I go back to watching Snapcube, because oh my gosh, lock the heck in on these Minecraft streams. May have watched like a whole 7-hour VOD yesterday. I was multitasking, but still. Hi, Hannah. Also, I hope you've been enjoying it. Snapcube? I've never heard of that before, actually. Sounds pretty cool, though. I hope you're enjoying. I also hope you enjoyed the Nintendo Direct. It was super cool. I thought it was really neat. Alright, I'm going to go with my heart on this one because I think that's what I'd like to do. Do I want any scars? Scars. I think it would be kind of interesting to have a scar that's being hidden behind the hair. I think that's actually kind of interesting, and I'm going to keep it that way. Alright, what's on the cheeks? Oh. How many options are there here? Oh my gosh, you could really go... You could be an avatar! You could really go crazy. I don't really think it matters. I think I'll come back to this, maybe. I don't know. No freckles. Moles? No, I'm good. Alright, hair we already did. Eyes? Whoa. Holy dang, dude. You could do a whole lot of stuff. Wow. There's a lot of stuff here. So these are just colors, right? Can you change... Do I want this style of person? Or do I want to go back to... Bingo! Alright, cool. Nice. Okay. I saved it. Cool. Because I think you guys are right. I think kind of doing this, like, upper side is more fitting. But I don't think we had the hairstyle, right? Something like that. Oh my gosh, not the cat eyes. Ah! Oh, dear me! You know what? She's grown on me, actually. I think this just works. I think this works just fine. The question is, what on earth am I gonna do with the colors? Good lord. Oh, I see. There's like center bits too. Interesting. Not churn. I don't mind the harsher eyes. Yeah. Snapcube is one that made real-time fandom of Sonic games. Oh, cool. She's a streamer. They've got a decently big SMP tournament thing going on for just this week, and holy heck, the vibes are getting me through this chaos week. But like Virginia mentioned, you've probably heard of clips of her like Sonic dubs before as audios. Direct was sick. Can't wait for Mario Kart. I hope Xenoblade is fun. Custom mission looks awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of detail here. It's nice that they sort of sorted out the body stuff so you can just focus on the hair and all that. But yeah, the Direct we got really excited about, Hannah. We spent probably the first hour. We did spend the first hour of stream just completely engrossed in talking about Direct stuff. So it was worthwhile. It was really cool. I'm excited. I don't know that I can afford everything right now off the bat, but hopefully we'll kind of like see what happens, you know? I kind of want to do like a very subtle pink. I'm debating. Interesting. I think blue and blue is pretty cool. It's my color after all. I think that would actually work pretty well. I was thinking about something, but then also like pink though. I think like a really subtle pink would be kind of nice. It just complements the blue really well, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Nice. I think that fits, think that fits, think that fits. Do I want to do any of these things? Oh my goodness. Not the I Heart Blade. Oh jeez. These are really, oh my gosh, you can really go. Oh no. Oh no, you could be Joker. Oh my lord. These go hard, dude. Yeah, butterfly tattoo. Not the clown makeup. Yeah, at least we're not in Silk Song territory over here, am I right? At least we got some news. Not the stickers. I think I'm good. I think I am okay. No, thank you. Also, I am unsure how I feel about all these. Definitely not those. I am blue. I'm blue. Bada beat out and bye. Yeah. Eyeshadow. I think I'm good. Yeah, it just matches me. Ah, now here we go. Interesting. Even from like far away, I can say like, let's just do those. Yeah. Heroic, independent, mature, peppy, Joker, classic, soldier. Interesting.
Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Huh? Huh? Let's go.
Let's go. I chose Kira for 2B. Oh.
Nice job. So what if you staggered me?
So what if you stagger me?
So what if you staggered me?
Oh my goodness. I've also been laying in bed this whole time. I don't feel great lying down, and to see how the couch feels. I got a mole. I thought you were saying that like you got a mole like right now, and I was like, what happened? What? You've definitely most heard the Eggman announcement, if nothing else. Oh, the Sonic dubs? Yeah, Virginie. I love that. I've come to make an announcement. In our minds, when I saw the Silk Song, I was so dang excited for y'all. I can't believe they tried to sneak it past us like that. Yeah. 2.5 seconds of Silk Song, but that's funny. Check classic. Do we know any of these other people from different things? I know you know Kira Buckland for 2B, but are there anybody else that we recognize per se?
Shall we? They staggered me. Hey. All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's a pleasure. Ah. Hello. Hello. I've lost my balance.
I lost my balance.
Hello.
I've lost my balance.
Oh. Tara Platt.
Shall we? Hey.
Who's Tara Platt?
All right. Shall we?
Dude, for me, it was a number of like streamers who saw Deltarune and immediately went, Silk Song? Can we get Silk Song as well, please? Oh, that's so crazy. Can you check Joker for me?
Hey, hey. Oh, I'm getting wobbly. Hey, hey. Let's murderate him.
Let's murderate him.
Oh, all right. What?
It's too bad that I couldn't, it's too bad that I can't quiet down the music right now. The music is very loud, but I can't change anything about that. Tara Platt is Edelgard from Three Houses. Oh, cool.
Oh, I'm getting wobbly.
I'm getting wobbly.
Hey, hey. What?
What?
Let's get on with it. Yay, we win.
Should I,
Yay, we win.
should I keep, well, it's funny that, I mean, should I keep, what? Should I keep Xenoblade? Should I have, European voice actress? Go British!
Let's get on with it.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I'm getting wobbly. We sure owned them.
Or should I be Squirrel Girl?
Here goes. We did great.
Success.
Hey there.
Shall we? Shall we? Huh?
It really does sound Fiora. It is Fiora? Oh, should I be Fiora?
Let's get on with it.
It's classic. Should I do Fiora?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Shall we? Let's go.
Let's go. Adam Howden is also a male voice option. Oh, cool. I think I'm leaning toward classic
Let's get on with it.
to be Fiora, or also maybe
Nice job. Shall we? All right.
Tara
let's
Platt,
do it.
maybe
Shall we? Huh?
heroic. I don't think I want to be Joker.
Let's murderate him. Let's murderate
I don't want to be peppy. I don't want to be mature. I don't want to be same as Finn. I don't want to be soldier. So the vote is between what?
Oh, I've lost my balance.
I could either be, I'm thinking Fiora British
Let's get on with it.
or heroic Tara Platt. I'm thinking classic. Also, there's Keith Silverstein and Yuri. Oh, Yuri Lowenthal for male voices, I believe. Oh, neat. She's Wave the Swallow? What? Excuse me? Hoomst?
Oh, I've lost my balance.
Alright, chat. Fiora or Tara Platt?
All right. Let's do it. They staggered me. Hey. They never stood a chance.
I'm thinking classic. I don't know.
Hello.
I vote what? What?
Let's get on with it.
Cool. From Sonic Riders series? I didn't realize Yuri and Tara are married.
Hello. Yay, we win.
Yay! British would be in Xenoblade Spirit. Let's do it! Cool. Alright, I'm ready. That wasn't so bad. Cool. I enjoy keeping British Xenoblade voice actresses and actors in the inconsistent here. Although Heroic does feel like it may suit her more, I'm a big fan of Classic. Yeah, I agree. That's a weird password. Are we in cryostasis? Are we coming out of cryo sleep?
Attention. External access confirmed.
It's like the beginning of
Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds.
yeah, it's like the beginning of Halo.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
What is this sans serif font? What the heck? Why does the font have little feet and wings? This is like the beginning of Halo for those of you who've never played the game. Stasis. I'm gonna get back to stream. When is the next stream? I'm gonna be if I have any idea. Tomorrow. Hannah.
Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
I'm gonna be playing Team Fortress 2 with people from the group, and we're gonna play some man versus machine. That's player versus environment mode in TF2. Oh hey.
Looks like you're all in one piece.
I'm a little faded. I might be very well MIA for the next weekish. Exams next week. Oh, good luck in your studies though, Hannah. But feel free to stop by and say hi anytime you wish. But I hope that your exams and stuff go well. Sending you big energy and good vibes. Sounds good. All right, friends. Bye, Hannah. Take care. I am not feeling
Careful.
great.
Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate.
Also, I didn't realize... I did not realize... Nah, it's fine. We'll work with it. Do I want longer hair? I don't know. It's okay. We can always change it later.
Your pod is the only one around if it landed intact.
Yikes.
Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours?
Do I have a name?
You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover.
Stasis hangover.
That's not good. Just try and focus, alright?
Every protagonist starts with a little bit of... a little bit of amnesia. Oh, it's me! I just got my PJs and I remember I have to pick you up. I mean, you can just drive over. It's not that big of a deal. I could also just run home. Haha. Good night, Hannah! Take care, friend. This is permanent, unlike design. Yeah, no, I'm for sure I want to be Lumina. I don't think I want to do anything silly like Goofy Goober Hearts or anything like that. Lumina. Lumina Tilda. My name is Lumina Slash. Backslash. Lumina Slash. My name is Lumina. My name is Lumina. Oh, jeez. All right. My name is Lumina Uwu. You sure you don't want to be XX Lumina XX? No, unfortunately, Block, I don't have space for that. My name is Luminescent. Luminescent. Game was trying to help me out. Nah, it's just Lumina. XX Fin XX. It's quite cold. I am not allowing you to drive home. Alright, good. Done. Lumina. Perfect.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
No. Show your body is working fine. Nod. Shake your head. You're still disoriented.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, alright? First things first. You'll be needing a weapon.
Oh, you may not be able to walk 2 steps in front of you, but here, have a loaded gun. Sheesh. Oh, man, oh, man. Have a loaded weapon. No worries. Gosh, take it. Rip people with more than 10 letters in their name. They never got a chance. Prologue. Awakening. Ah. If you ever stumped on where to go next, be sure to follow the nearby places marked with an exclamation mark. Cool. Ooh. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Toggle sprint. Oh. Alright, well. Jump. Jump is ZR? Oh no. What in the name of weird keybinds is this? ZR jump? Oh dear. That's a new one, bro. That's a new one. I hate the jump being ZR.
Most of the White Whale's life pods didn't survive the crash. Like this one. You're one of the lucky few.
Yikes. It's
Right.
different.
You don't even remember the White Whale, do you?
The Great White Whale!
You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right?
Planet
Earth. Your homeworld.
Planet Earth.
Or rather, it used to be anyway.
Didn't realize that I would be having similar hair to Alma, but it's okay.
Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed.
Flashback. Flashbang. Boing. So
Ring any bells?
it wasn't necessarily that it was fighting Earth per se, but it was two.
Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Was it two different alien forces that were fighting each other that happened to be above our planet?
I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves.
Task. Guns. Oh boy. Nothing like a big bug. Ugh. Initiate combat mode. Initiate combat by targeting enemy and then drawing your weapon. Now, what do you say we give it a whirl? I'll get back here. Feel free to experiment. Once you draw your weapon with A, you'll automatically attack your opponent with a certain frequency. Okay. Special abilities. Select them with D-pad and use A. Maximum of 8 to the art palette. When you enter the art on cooldown, taking time to use interference. Nice. Okay. Ooh, what's that? R plus YA. Appendage. Body. Okay, sure. Oh man, this music.
Let's get on with it.
Dang it. Deals damage, inflicts topple. Cool. Flame grenade. Ooh, proto knife. Smack. Cool. Nice. Sorry, fell asleep. Honk shoo me. Ice blood engine. Welcome to stream.
You're not half bad.
Yeah, not half bad. Fjord with a gun is really funny to me.
Back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Yeah, a spiked sword with a knuckle thingy. Scowl. Look depressed at the idea of work. Show interest in finding work.
Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job.
What if I scowl? Send me back to my stasis pod, please.
We can talk more details later.
That's so funny.
For now, let's keep moving.
Bum, bum, bam, ba-dum, ba-dum, bam, bam. Are you free Friday night? Probably a bit later because I work. The emote artist who did my grubs has agreed to do some Hornet ones, so I want to brainstorm with chat. Think of all like your favorite types of emotes, but Silksong version? Cool. Ooh, nice. Take all. Yes. Soul voice prompts are instructions, suggestions, or requests that your party members call in the heat of battle. Successfully responding to them triggers various useful boons. When an ally issues a soul voice prompt, arts on your palette will match the prompt's color will be highlighted. If you use an art that's highlighted, you'll succeed in the prompt. You and the issuer will regain some HP and receive a beneficial effect, and your affinity will improve. Cool. Alright, is there... Oh, it's like... Ah, yes! Technology in 2054! Magnetic weapons! Just click them on wherever you want! She even looked at it. She's like, "What's happening to me?" Yeah, good. Just what I wanted. Oh my gosh. All right, life pod. Where's my menu? Oh, hi, my menu. Oh wait, why can't I? Okay, maybe that's not my menu. Menu? Okay. Alright. I guess not. Bink. Oh, don't worry, y'all. I can at least jump. Oh! Okay, interesting. Got that heard. Oh, I see. Party. Fashion gear. Ground gear. Didn't I unlock a new weapon? Yeah. So, blah, blah, blah. Weapons TP gain rating is a value that broadly indicates how easy to build TP while fighting it while equipped. Keep an eye on it while you want to build TP quickly. Oh. Okay, cool. I think I got a new weapon, right? Yeah. Advanced Storm Assault Rifle has way more power, but it looks like it's red. Can I not equip it? Oh! Of course not. What level do I need to be then? Oh, level 3. So, does that mean I need to reach 3 first? I see. Okay. Oh, it's for Elma. Can you give her... Oh, can you give that to Elma? Well, her power rating with these is way better, right? No, I don't... No, wrong class. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so it's for us, but just later. Okay, cool. Can I open this Pod-a-Rooney? Field action. Scan Elma. Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta hold it down. Ha ha ha. I should stop acting like I know this game already. Yeah, no worries. My first treasure! Interesting. Cool. I was definitely pushing B to try and jump. I'll also be able to know on which grubs to add forever emotes for. Oh, follower emotes for. Cool. It'll be fun. I could spend a lot of time fighting all these bugs and stuff, but I think I should not. You know, for reasons. I'll get back to you on the emotes, maybe, possibly. No menu privileges yet, but soon. Oh, these guys are sleeping. Okay, well, best let sleeping dogs lie, they always say. This is very different. Treasure. Beep, 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 beep. Stronger? That is a bit different. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. Whatever I want to change, I will change. Later. Later. Hello. Maybe I just gotta get used to it. Where do boats go when they are sick? To the dock. To the dock. Hi, Carlos. Carlos, happy freaking Nintendo Direct Day, dude. What the heck? Y'all are eating good over there. Elden Ring for the Switch and a Bloodborne game? Come on. Also, I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good day today. And such. We're doing okay, too. Playing a new game. But we also did definitely spend... we definitely spent the first hour of stream talking about Nintendo Direct stuff. As we should have, though, because it was a lot. There was a lot to talk about. Duskbloods! Heck yeah. It was pretty cool. I understand that it's like a PvP game-ish. It's not necessarily like the true normal Bloodborne formula, but it's cool that that exists, you know? Hey, look, it's Pride Rock. Freaking Lion King over here.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise.
Neat.
Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
Cool. Wait, is Night Rain gonna come to Switch too? No idea. But that would be kind of... But that's the thing, Finn. It's like, we're talking about Elden Ring being on the Switch. But, like, does that mean that Night Rain will be on Switch? I don't know. Oh, cool intro. Welcome to Xenoblade X. Pretty dang cool. Whoa. Hey there, buddy. Oh man, I love it. Whoa, big. Big flying. Swoosh.
Pretty wild, huh?
Monster Hunter Wilds, just kidding.
They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
Play nice. Meanwhile, beating him up. I was watching Finn play this, and it's like all she's doing is tearing apart the wildlife. Yeah, we need to coexist. Also, give me your stuff. Whoa. Shoo. This feels like a Black Panther movie, or whoops, whoopsie, didn't get that memo. Finn tuned out that part of the intro. Yeah, this definitely feels like a scene in Black Panther, or Tarzan, or Horizon Zero Dawn, even.
This planet, Mira.
Mira.
You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
Good thing I named my character Mira. I am Mira. They're beating me up just as much, okay? Oh, you don't have to defend it. I understand.
Recognize the habitat?
There's
unit?
reasons.
That's where we're headed.
60%.
Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy.
You're dead after that.
We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall.
Is this like a way of...
The indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty.
So you mean, is this like a weird way of saying, haha, you don't take fall damage?
The high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking.
Da 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 da. United States of the
That
ECP.
said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Say no and walk off the cliff anyway. Ha ha ha. Whee! Enemy detection types. Certain enemies you find on Mira will attack you as soon as they detect you. You can tell an enemy's detection type by the icon next to their name. Enemies with a level much lower than yours will not attack unprovoked. Non-aggression. No icon. Will not attack you unless you attack it. Visual. Will attack you when it enters its field of vision. Auditory. Will attack you when you wander too close to it. You'll reach the habitat before sundown, only to pick up the pace and start sprinting! Sprinting is good for times when you need to somewhere in a hurry, or when you need to break out of a special hairy situation. Auto run is R plus B. Cool. Auto run, RB. RB. Oh yeah. That's cool. How do I stop? Oh, hey there! Oh, look, it's a warthog. If you fall off the cliff, don't panic. Just head east until you reach the habitat. Try not to engage any powerful enemies. What is this? Change the time? What on earth? What do you mean change the time? Y'all have the power to do that? We need to reach the habitat by sundown. Oh, but also, we have chronological manipulation. We could just change the time to whatever we want it to be. That's the white whale's habitat unit there to the east. Keep proceeding along the cliff top, you reach it without much difficulty. Hey, what's this over here? I want to look at this. Wrecked trailer. It's kind of like a little rover. Beep, 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 beep. Field action succeeded. Prototyped scouter. I don't know what that is. Lacy potato. Would a lion golf? No, but a tiger would. Heck yeah. Would a lion golf? Dang, there are some gnarly guys over there, gnarly dudes. I'm just gonna go over this way. Don't mind me. I hope you're docile. Dee dee dee. Ooh, what's this? Swoosh. It does feel a little zoomed in. I wish I could almost like back it out a little bit, but like I do appreciate Xenoblade 3's camera controls now. Maybe there is a way to do it. Oh, I found it. Cool. All right, I got it. It's L, not ZL, the left. It's not the same one as Xenoblade, but it's the same function. Cool. I got it. Hooray. Nice things to just, you know, trial and error. Maybe this button will do it. Heck yeah. I hope you're docile, or I'll make you docile. How to run. That's me.
Didn't have to be like this.
Oh. Flinch. Yeah, sure, I guess. Soul challenge. Brr. Ooh, break. So, topple. Nice. Flame grenade. So can I...
Now, melee attacks.
Nice.
Neutralize. Switch to close
Ooh, art acquired chrome armor. Grants physical resistance up. That's
upper
cool.
hand. Chrome armor.
Oh, you can give it to people too.
Destroyed. Move in and strike.
Cool. Bam, 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 bam. Dish, dish, dish.
Kill me.
Do, 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 do. Can you, oh no. Oops, wrong button. Nice. Worn silver specs. Oh, survival specs. Do I have anything? Can I... Set as junk. Favorite. Interesting. Your avatar cannot leave the party. Okay, got it. Interesting. Oh my god. You know, when I saw this, I was like, I wonder, oh my gosh, hello. I am Lumina. Fear not, I am ready for battle. Oh yes. Oh yes, you look exquisite. This is my motorcycle helmet. Jeez. Just go to like, can I just leave this on? Oh no, it didn't equip. Just for memes. Just for the memes. I really want to do just one. There we go. Yes. It's me. Survival specs. I am the new, let's go for a ride. I want to go through the next cutscene with this dorky freaking helmet on. I am so ashamed of my hair. I have to shove it up under a helmet. Oh dear, that's so funny. What a cool helmet. Let's go for a ride. I make good use of the fashion gear in this. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's
Wouldn't have to be like this.
brass suede body, appendage, head.
They're off guard.
Yeah, there we go.
Stagger them with a melee attack.
Is there a second guy? No, just this one. Okay, that's fine.
Chrome armor. I owe you one. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Assault hammer. Upper hand.
Posterior. What if I don't mind my hair, but I want to hide my face? Well, that's called a bandana, Carlos. Yeah, Finn put her character in a...
Keep the rhythm going.
Finn put her character in a tank top. And jeans. Tank top and jeans.
We've got a way to go.
Nice.
Nice work.
This game is so great. I love the silly dorky things you can do here. Treasure. Nice. Oh, a storm assault rifle. I wonder, what level am I? Guess what? Guess who's level 3? Sick. Nice. It's my turn. Advanced storm rifle. These are the same, right? No. Actually, this one is slightly better. Wait, really? Wait a minute. So, the advanced storm rifle is not as good as... Oh, but you can add more upgrades to this one. Interesting. Total ranged attack is only 19. This one is ranged attack 29, but it has fewer upgrade slots. Well, I can't really upgrade anything right now, so I'm actually going to run with this one for now, and then I'll run with the other one later. Also, I can... okay, iron knife. Can I equip this? Heck yeah. Alright, cool. Nice. Awesome. Cool. Good. I just drove back home. Why did I expect you to still be at the character editor screen? I think because they made it a little bit easier to... I just basically picked a body type and then picked a... it was really the hair. That was the challenging problem. But the funny part is that I think I want longer hair now that I've realized it, but I don't know. Well, it's not a big deal. I can always change it. Yeah, but we were, took a lot of time doing the freaking direct conversation is what it was. Westgate Plains. There's a lot of autosaving in this game, which I do appreciate, at least. And it's also nice that you can jump over things. It's really strange when you play a game that doesn't have jumping, Star Rail, and then you come across a game that has it and you're like, oh, thank goodness I can jump. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know. I love Star Rail, but boy, oh boy, is it confusing when you're freaking like, you can't jump over things. It's like, what on earth? A game that has like some sort of nav. Oh, okay, never mind. Jump in space? Kind of. Hi, Vasco. Happy Nintendo Direct Day, dude. What were some of your favorite things from the Direct? Also, welcome to Xenoblade X, which I've been enjoying so far. I decided to put my character in a silly helmet because I just unlocked it. Why not? Why not? Playing Xenoblade X for a bit. I also have the urge to play Monster Hunter Wilds. Why must you do this to me with no time? For me, it's why must I do this with no time and no money? I'd really like to buy Wilds, but I just can't justify the $70 price tag. That, and it was actually really interesting, Finn and I were reading some reviews, and a lot of people are saying that they just don't like Wilds because it's a little bit quote-unquote easier than Rise. Which, like, I seem to agree with that.
This was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship.
Yeah, that's just that little disky
Until it all
thing.
came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freighter.
Uh-oh. Don't worry. Row.
Rexes. Riled.
Uh-oh. Oh, Pokemon Coliseum is confirmed. Cool.
Leave them roaming.
I'm a fan.
Not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. Nintendo sucks Toad factory music in the second half of Mario Kart trailer. Like, I wouldn't notice it. Melee and ranged weapons. The weapons used on foot are split between melee and ranged. You can switch between them with X, as I found. Dude, look at his dorky little thing. Only attack at close range. Tend to do more damage per hit. Can attack at range. Tend to do multiple hits, but damage per hit tends to be lower. When you use an art, you'll automatically switch over to the weapon that the art is associated with. Your melee weapon for melee arts and ranged weapon for ranged arts. Okay. Arts associated with the weapon will continue their cooldown even after they're ready to use. This is called secondary cooldown. Oh, interesting. They continued their cooldown even after they're ready to use. Oh, arts used at full secondary will have a greatly increased effect. Oh, that's a cool way of doing it. Nice. Nice. But, oh, we got it already. Oh, cool. Nice. Nice. Dun, dun. I did the wrong one. Ooh, slit edge. What does that do? Deals weapon damage from the side. Oh, well, he's focused on me. Cool. Nice. Excited for Moo Moo Racer. Yeah! In the GameCube Pokemon games! Cool! Mixel playing Xenoblade X for a bit. Also, I have the original. Oh, you already read that.
So much wildlife.
Darn, sorry, wildlife. I see auto attack canceling. We'll never go away from muscle memory. Yeah, Mixel, it has to. Gosh dang it.
I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside.
Whoa, Mixel! There's a Professor Layton preview? I loved those games. That's actually really cool. I really appreciated Professor Layton a lot. Also, Brain Age. I know that it seems kind of silly, but I played the heck out of Brain Age when it was on DS. I love playing like the Sudoku, the minigames, stuff like that. I really liked Brain Age. I was like doing all the streaks and all that stuff. That was cool. Nerd! My first gold drop. Cool. Survival sleeves. I love me some survival sleeves. Give me that survival sleeve. Oh, it's level 8. Yeah. Sleeves. Survival sleeves. Gosh dang it. Professor Layton in the new world of Steam. Ooh. Cool. Also, the thumbnail for Jacksepticeye reaction to thumbnail is a clown hair and a nose. Jeez. I mean, if he's talking about Silk Song, they got some. The DK game actually looks crazy. Also, what the heck is a Silk Song? A Song of Silk. I know this is a very strange kind of observation to make, but I actually really appreciate how the menu in this game is just simply an overlay where you can still move throughout the world instead of pressing X and hearing the infamous da-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, a piano ballad on repetition every single time. I do like how this is, it's nice that you use just an overlay. When something new comes out, I watch 500 reactions to it, like other people's observations. All sorts of stuff. Just watch this reaction to, like, the 5 seconds of Silk Song. It's so funny. Did they actually time out, like, how much it was? Hello? Can I drive the car? Can I drive the scout vehicle? That would be sick. Oh, dude, it's a scout vehicle upgrade. I want to drive a car. Hi, Piers. Hey, dude. Hi.
Thanks.
Oh, you must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in her performance. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you need to use the elevator. We'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to great work you guys did killing the monsters. But until then, you have to forgive the inconvenience. No problem, Piers. Hey, Piers, are you hiding any relics back here by chance? Does my Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed treasure hunting sense get any rewards for going back here? I'm gonna take that as a big fat no. Well, you can't say I didn't try. Hey, look, this is a perfect spot for a relic. Nope. No relic for me. That'd be funny though. 5 to 6 seconds, literally. It was just like a little reel of NS2 games. I mean, that's pretty cool though. I'm glad that it got mentioned. People finally getting some Silk Song affirmations. Anyway, it's midnight. Gotta sleep. Good night, Spill Ninja. Thanks for saying hi. Thank you for coming in after Honkshu Mimir. We should play Mario Kart sometime. That'd be dope. Especially in preparation for tours, to be fair. Or Mario Kart World, I suppose. Mario Kart World Tour. All that jazz. I need to shut off my treasure hunting brain. Every piece of me just wants to be like, ooh, I want to find it. Relics. Cool music. Are these my legs or somebody else's legs? Oh, heck yeah. Wearing my super cool helmet. 60% what? Alright, this music's pretty cool though. Yeah, helmet time.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway.
Not the goofy helmet.
But, like it or not, this place is our home.
I like this theme.
We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth.
Welcome to New LA.
We call it New Los Angeles.
New LA.
Welcome to NLA.
NLA. Goofy helmet. I'm ready for my street racing career. That's pretty sick though.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira. Come what may.
Come what may. Okay, if it's really LA, there's traffic. Aw, cute. Cat moment. Can you pet the cat?
Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown.
Blade. Blade.
Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us.
60%.
Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
I'll be back with a cooler helmet. Xenoblade X. Cool. Oh, this is exciting. If it's really LA, bring me Metal Man. Bring me traffic. Save. Sure. Awakening. Cool. Thank you. Don't worry, I will remove Goofy helmet soon, TM. Motorbike rider. Lumina.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory?
Ah, yeah, sure. Sounds like a good idea. Will you save the game? Oh boy, I can't wait to be traumatized by those words later. Yeah. Chapter end. Will you save the game? Golly. Darn you, Xenoblade. Clink, clank. Clink, clank goes the clank.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles. Good day.
Good
This
day.
is your Director General, Maurice Chausson.
Chanson.
Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share.
He's
Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA.
NLA.
With them skills and know-how.
Hi, Combat
will
Chic.
bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home.
He's both French and Australian at the same time.
Is only the latest success in our continuing efforts
Director General? Since when?
for the rescue and recovery
Maurice Chanson. But also he says good day.
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Oh, what up?
Irina? Gwyn?
Hey, y'all. What game is this? This is Xenoblade X. And it's very quiet. Ask who these two people are. Show interest. Look kind of confused. I'm kind of confused. Excuse me, Gwyn, can you help me get this helmet off? I seem to have lodged it on my skull. Please help me. Wonder why they call Elma ma'am. Show interest. Who are these
Right.
people?
Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Shosan was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts.
I'm the
call me
protagonist.
I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans.
Mr. Evans.
Or just Gwen.
I'm just gonna stick with Gwen. Ha ha ha. You're such a
We're in the coalition
trickster.
forces together, specifically
I
the
like
Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit.
I like her logo.
AKA the Skeleton Crew.
The Skeleton Crew.
I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant.
Cool.
Gwen was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Haha.
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work.
Until
next time.
I think her logo thing is pretty cool. I don't know what that emblem is. It's like 3
Right.
roses
We should be going
or
to.
like 3 shields kind of
administrative
like
district isn't
facing
far.
this way.
That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Cool. I jotted it down in my notebook. I think it looks pretty neat. Maybe I'll use it for something later. You could be looking anywhere in the helmet. Yeah, Erwin. Yeah, Gwen. Nice. Irma and Gwen. Chapter 1. Oh, wow. That was a prologue. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, yeah! Welcome to GTA! I mean, New LA! I mean, yeah! Welcome! Xenoblade X! Yeah! Got a new helmet on this new planet. Woke up today and didn't think anything of it. I walked up to my friends and I said, "What up?" She said, "Welcome to the crew," and gave me a gun. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh, dang it. This game. I'm gonna tell Elma how excited I am. Oh my goodness. The vibe of this game is very different from the main trilogy. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. Welcome to New LA! We are a new city in every way! We welcome people who fall from the stars. We welcome all the people, even if they got scars. Yeah! Oh! Oh, woo! It's great. I love it.
Wow, let's see.
I heard gunshots and some sort of dying wail from the other side of the west gate. I guess one of the teams has been fighting with an indigen. I really hope they took out the aggressive ones, because they've been a problem. Any case, cool. Honestly, my reaction too. Alright, I promise. I will, the game really throws me off with its audio, though. I gotta be honest. Alright. Let me just control it from here. Swoop. I'm gonna take that. Yeah! So funny. Excuse me, Elma, do not point that gun at me! She's like leveling her gun toward me. Excuse me? Yeah! Alright, I'll remove the helmet. Now I'm gonna be Cyborg. Cyborg Lumina. It's okay. I think you can technically, like, so I can equip, I can actually equip this because it's better for me, but I can go to fashion gear and just, ooh, fashion gear, cool. Alright, but I can go to, like, just my normal thing, right? This was, like, the enormous list that just goes on forever. Granada medium suits, oh, that's what this is. No, excuse me! Lumina! Oh yeah, I'm a real biker gang now. I'm a real bike. Sleeves? What do you mean sleeves? And a helmet. I'm sorry. Did not mean to do that. Can I just equip none? Can I just equip none on my head? Is that possible? Why am I allowed to equip no shirt, but I can't equip nothing on my head? I don't want this, like... I don't want this little earpiece. I don't want that. Oh, okay. I tore off my sleeve for the revolution. Viva la revolution! There's no none for head. Yeah, that's so weird. I don't get it. Okay, well, anyway. That's funny. Excuse me, put on some... Why? Why? I just... Okay, fine. You can take off your pants, but you can't take off this little, like... You can't take off this little Google earpiece device. Welcome to New LA. Slap you on with a focus. I don't want that. Alright, whatever. Okay. Ya dags. Gosh dang it. No clue. It's just part of the fashion. You don't want your Horizon Zero Dawn focus, TM? No, I don't, actually. Oh, see, it's nice that I... It's probably a good thing I took off my helmet. I appreciate actually seeing the character expressions, because they did a pretty decent job at it. Whoa. Armored core. Uh-oh. Emergency. Oh, no. Watch out for that fence. Holy crap, we almost just got blown to smites. Well, you can land in the water, or maybe just, I don't know, somewhere safe, please. Hopefully not a... This is a really big flyover for... Yikes. Ah! Holy cow, that's a... Oh, it's Lynn. Well, I know it's Lynn, but... Hi, Lynn. Bye, Lynn. She's got a Xenoblade as a hair clip. That's cool. I want a Xenoblade hair clip. Where do I get the Monado? Where do I get the Monado as a accessory?
Damn it!
Oh. Hey, that's a helmet. Those are expensive. Treat your helmet with respect, Mr. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger? I have come back to New LA. I am the governor here. Mr. Schwarzenegger, sir. Welcome back to the city, yeah. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be... This is supposed to be serious, but I just can't... Yes. It's funny, that wasn't Schwarzenegger the governor of California or something?
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that. The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
That's funny.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-who's?
You-know-who's?
Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Coop, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Blade. Blada. Find out how old Lynn is. Look skeptical. Find out what happened with the exhaust. Looked worried. What did y'all choose? Find out. Why does this matter? Part of me feels like this would be really... I mean, it doesn't really matter. But it does give you, like, a whole different dialogue option, right? What happened with the exhaust?
Yeah. Well, that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Oh, thanks, Doug.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
Monado hair
Sounds
clip.
like a great idea.
Yeah, take the car.
Alright, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Lad! Don't worry, I'll clean it up tomorrow. Cool! Party members. You can change your active party composition from main menu active characters. There you can select allies from the reserve and add them to your party or swap them around. Please note that there are times where you'll not be able to change party members. Okay. Holy guacamole, dude! Yeah! Dude, how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 22. Dang. 22? Genshin Impact dialogue trees before Genshin Impact. Yeah, basically. So actually 23 if you count yourself as a controlled character. Yeah, too much equipment to manage. That's true, Luigi. I believe there's an auto build in here, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So, wow. This is like Genshin levels of, oh yeah, oopsie daisy, I forgot my DPS cryo build on my Ayaka. I guess my Ganyu sucks, you know? Like, that's, tricky. But also really interesting. How many, can anyone remind me, what was our hero roster in Xenoblade 3? How many different heroes did we have? And that was like, you know, you have the core 6, and then the 7th was the hero. But I guess you could also argue that there's like, there are classes that you can pull from those heroes, right? So like, how many different heroes and classes did we have in Xenoblade 3? It was a pretty big page. It was a pretty big page. It was a lot. Yeah, bring Lynn along. Cool. Hi, Lynn. Oh, wait. Were we not going to drive in the car? Hi, Doug. Sorry, Doug. Oh, wait. Why has he got a unicorn symbol next to his name? How am I supposed to handle this by myself? Don't mind me. There's a transport pilot. Ask him. He'll take you to the administrative district. Okay, cool. Interesting. Roscoe. Bosco. Yeah! Look both ways before getting run over. Just kidding. Oh, really? 23 in Xenoblade 3. Whoa. Wait, really? So... Huh. So 23 heroes in Xenoblade 3. And 23 playable characters in Xenoblade X. Right? Yeah. Huh. I wonder if that was intentional. Interesting. The answer to life is 23, haha. Just kidding. Hello, sir. Can you stop shaking your glass everywhere? Just... Yeah, okay. Shaboink, hello! Welcome to stream. Holy cow! Welcome to Nintendo Direct Day. How's it going, Shaboink? Yeah, Switch games are gonna be 80 bucks. Almost nearing 100. That's wild. Yeah, that was the point of the Direct. Games be expensive. Dough. Basically. 90 a physical. Yeah, exactly. And with tax, basically 100, right? Oh, man. Gone. And people complained about $60 games back in the day. Holy cow.
You can see everything from up here.
Everything.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view.
You know,
It's like a different city every time.
I'm going to point out the fact that...
Certainly come a long way.
Are they in the cockpit? Because there ain't no windows on this thing.
So much to be done.
The best way to see New LA, and there's no windows. This is...
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here.
Yeah, there's... I hope they're in the cockpit.
Express tour, Lynn. Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it.
They must be. That's funny.
New LA is divided into 4 districts.
Can you guys hear it okay?
From the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located. Remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the
The
planet.
best and only bargains. Good. Great.
To your right, the residential district. Housing,
Whoa.
housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
The church. The
If
park.
you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill.
Do, do,
And
do,
last
do,
but
do,
not
do,
least,
do,
our
do.
destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live.
Do, 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 do.
The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs.
Do, 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 do. It is kind of nice that they do this as like an overview sort of thing.
And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Cool. Bum, 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 bum. What a squash box little ship. Looks like something out of No Man's Sky.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
You know,
Well
crashed,
then, we better not keep them waiting.
crashed life pod, etc.,
The
etc.
barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here.
Blade! Giant blade tower. Why is it at 60%?
That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Armory Alley, you say? New guns? I'm a fan. Alright, I'm gonna listen to yeah as we talk about stuff. Not playable, but 52 rare blades in Xenoblade 2, if you're wondering. Oh, yeah, that too. As a Canadian, I'm royally cooked. That's why I'm going to do a summer job. Yeah, trying to afford all those games at that price. Publishers have the options of using a digital card for physical games that verifies, so basically making like resale kind of useless. Yeah. I'm not sure on how the digital cartridges work, or if it'll be able to be resold or not. The backlash on the prices is interesting, and I was talking with a group chat. It's about the same price of NES and Nintendo 64 games adjusted for inflation. I think the internet really just blows things up. Adjusted for inflation back in the day. Yeah. So we were actually talking about it earlier, Shaboink. The digital cards work as a key that you plug in, and it'll let you download it. But I think it'll be interesting. I'm not really sure how like resale would work in that way. So I think people are thinking of Nintendo in like an Apple kind of way. Things are just mandatory to happen, but when Nintendo does it, the rest of the industry is probably going to follow suit type of thing. It's also interesting that Nintendo is doing a lot more like Nintendo ecosystem things, like the Nintendo Alarmo, the Nintendo app that you can get on your phone with the calendar and stuff. In the same way that Apple makes like the Apple Watch and, you know, other Apple devices that are kind of eco-centric to like where it's central to a system that Apple has set up. And I think Nintendo is operating kind of in the same way, which I don't know if I consider that strange or just, you know, business strategy sort of stuff. The difference is game prices were higher back then because it was a smaller audience, so it's just a niche product requiring a premium price. But now the reach is so wide that there isn't really an easy way to justify it other than just to label it as inflation and leave it at that. I think if it were $70, it would be accepted much better, but then they jumped 20, which is hard to swallow at first. 70 is still new, so jumping right to 80 is going to cause some pains. Less about being niche and more about the amount of games that you felt you needed to buy. There's so many more games releasing way more often nowadays. Yeah, like back in the NES days, like there were a lot fewer, and if you were making a collection, like you could very well collect almost all of the games that were released on the NES and stuff like that. But now, for you to say that like you're gonna collect every single game, yeah, right. Do you know what the Steam library looks like for that matter? Like imagine trying to own every single game that's ever been released, right? It's a much broader market, so kind of wild in that way. Don't you point that at me, Elma. I wonder if its profits will stay the same with an increase in sales price with like less sales. Yeah, how will that ratio of like fewer sales because it's more expensive versus making it more approachable or affordable, I should say, for people and having more sales in general. Cool. Mining probe.
Now then.
Oh. Okay. Ah! Ah! Literal, like, barrier wall against me. What the heck? Did y'all ever encounter that when you went through this? Game says no! No! Let's explore that area ahead of us later. Paimon. Armory Alley. I wanna buy some stuff. Yeah! Hi, Regina. Are you a shopkeeper? Fritz. What's up, dude? It's interesting that some of these people have, like... Oh, so you're not going to prevent me from... Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, you are. This looks dangerous. Why is this just left out here like this? Silly people. Ooh, shop terminal. Cool. Heck yeah. What do you mean I cannot use this now? Gatekeeping? Sheesh. Wow. Hey. Alright, people. Remember that each of us bears the weight of humanity's very existence on our shoulders. Wow, it's very existential of you, female staff member. Female staff member number 1. I just saw it, but...
The Blade Barracks.
Alright, 1 second.
Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Ask about registration. Look away. Frown and say nothing. Why would you act that way? Oh man, work.
I think I can answer that one.
Oh, hey. It's the dude. Oh, hello. Not Arnold
So,
Schwarzenegger.
you must be the latest rescue.
Hello, it's me.
Secretary Nagi.
Miss Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
Miss Koo.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. You sure it stays that way?
Uh-huh.
More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work. Elma.
It's Nagi. Yeah.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Secretary, sir.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
After you. Oh, tea! Excellent. Nagi. I just saw it, but the Switch 2 is approximately $340 US in Japan only. They region and language locked it too. We were just talking about the yen. Interesting. So it's cheaper in Japan, but that's also because they region lock it, so that, you know, you can't just buy a $340 Switch 2 in Japan and then bring it over to the States, right? I wonder if that's also another sign of the whole tariff business going on. We talked about that too. Interesting. Big time. It's basically going to price out a lot of people from accessing games. Gaming was already an expensive hobby as it was, but now it's going to be even more so.
formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi.
Nagi.
You may remember me as captain of the White Whale. Now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Amnesia!
From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Dang, I went into full stasis for 2 months.
Well then, where should we begin?
Well, interesting. Ask about registration. Ask for information about Blade. How we ended up on Mira.
It started at the end, 2 years ago.
Started at the end.
Of Earth. The casualty of a battle between 2 hyper-advanced alien civilizations.
And Earth just happened to be in the proximity of it?
Technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
Boy.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived.
I wonder
So,
if
yes,
Alma
Project
knows people who
Exodus.
did not survive.
Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Big,
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space.
big
2
white
hard
whale.
years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet and settle there.
The white whale.
We had no idea how long it would take.
It's a whole freaking city.
Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
That's crazy, dude.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
Wow.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Clarify. Ask more information about Blade. I would venture to say that the extra $450 price is really contributed by the tariffs. I think most people are thinking around $400. It's funny to think that this might actually help GameStop because less people want to buy fully priced new games. Yeah, even wanting to go back and buy classics and buy older games too. Mixel for me, that's still 650 Canadian. I think I'm so cooked. Dang. I don't think it has anything to do with tariffs. I think it's just the price of tech these days. A larger 1080p screen with basically a PS4 inside of it. Well, especially with being able to push out 4K to a monitor too. If tariff were to blame, it wouldn't be that way worldwide, just US. I agree, Shipwink, because price point is set quite a long time ago. They wouldn't have changed it just within like the last couple months. Yeah. I definitely don't want to assume it's all on tariffs, but I do think it's a factor, at least here in the US. Yeah, there has to be a lot of like cost analysis that goes into developing a product as complicated as a Switch, because they're not only developing the product itself, they're also developing the entire product family that goes with it, right? The cameras, the docks, the games that they throw on there, the upgraded games, all that stuff. So all that ecosystem has to be decided on. I don't think that they would just, suddenly, hey, we got an increase in tariff stuff, we're going to have to jack up the price kind of thing, right? But it is just really interesting when you see things like, oh, it's only 340 USD in Japan, whereas it's 450 here. So that's also really, that's hard in and of itself. But we'll see, as time goes on too, especially with everything else going on.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think.
Builders of a legacy after destruction of Earth.
Relatively new organization.
Wow.
There in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira.
Blade.
We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born.
Blade.
The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Lifehold. What is the Lifehold?
Take a look at this.
Is it part of the white whale that was... Oh. Whoa.
The white whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis.
Oh.
All housed in a structure called the Lifehold.
Interesting.
This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers, and of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
And ask about registration. How do I sign it up? Cool. Join the Blades.
Yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
Personal information! Ah!
In any case,
Scary.
I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir.
Miss Koo.
Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Briefing. Chapter 1. Take a guided tour of Blade. Learn about life as a member of Blade. Yeah, sure. Hooray. Cool. Press R to display the navigation panel on the bottom right of the screen and show objectives. Cool, we can press this to toggle. Nice. Blade barracks. You just escaped a bus fight, excuse me? What happened? I hope you weren't involved. Also, hi. Also, gee whiz. I'm sorry, Inch. Also, good morning. Welcome to Xenoblade X. Also, hello. We live in an era where Nintendo Switch 2 exists. Well, quite a lot of things exist, but yeah. I was, but a mere bystander. Oh, jeez, man. Holy cow. Plus, if it's manufacturing, they don't have to factor in shipping. That's a big one. I'd recommend doing at least the next 2 quests before stopping, and then you'll be where I am. Okay. Cool. I can do that. This drunk guy came onto the bus and started swinging? What? He's just like, I'm gonna... Man, start throwing hands. I don't know, I was scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly this guy came on the bus like, blammo. That's weird.
You know, it's not.
I mean, it's not that late. Oh, I guess it is. I guess it is pretty late, to be fair. Still, though.
Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Whoa.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Lynn. What the heck? A mechanical engineer at work. Ask what Skell is. Gaze longingly at the Skell. Geek out or clarify. Can I ask first? Gaze longingly. Gosh dang it.
What? You don't remember what a Skell is?
No.
That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by?
Exoskeleton?
Like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, just... I get so excited whenever I think about it.
I was like, should I leave? Should I stay on the bus? Should I just, like, die? Never want to die more in that moment than of a hater than public transit. Awful.
It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned.
Well, Ange, I'm glad you made it back safe after all that jazz.
Still, just look around you.
Not your...
New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short
Not
months.
your usual trip
We
to
could
on the
never
public
have come
transit.
So far, so fast, without Skell technology.
Skell technology.
I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
DVD,
Well, yeah,
DVD.
duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And then,
Blades.
you need a license.
Blade license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons.
DDD.
And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around.
Yeah.
So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous
Can't just walk up and take a Skell.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
Blades.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Blades.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Oh, cool. The holographic board.
Call. Let's head on over.
Nice. I should just drive at this point. I mean, if it was, given what's going on right now. If it's an option, of course, but, you know, sometimes it's not always the easiest thing. I used to have to take a lot of public transport myself, but for me, fortunately, I never had to do it kind of like later at night, Ange. If that's the problem, per se. Hooray! Money. Treasure. I just don't want to deal with traffic. Yeah. And then you can't, like, scroll Instagram or read a book or do anything while you're driving.
So Blades usually choose their own assignments.
Cool.
Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here.
My gerbil has diarrhea. Can you help me, please?
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updated.
I need assistance.
Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Blades.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the scout console is for.
Aha!
We should show you that next.
Is that where the co-op comes into play?
Who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
Okay, Len.
And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Why, yes.
Hey,
Hey! Oh, I'm supposed to pull this job off by myself. It's madness. Hey, you want to come along and help? Hey, over here. You want to help me out of here? Let's work on this together. Woohoo. I always have to drive both drive and take public transit when I go wanting to get anywhere. So it's like both the best and the worst of both worlds.
Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
Yeah, tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is.
Cool.
A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't
Neat.
spell blade without team. Sort of. Anyway,
Blade,
awesome,
team.
right?
Team Blade.
Join up?
Yeah.
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Gaslighting.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping?
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Yeah, weapons. Sick. She is right.
Listen,
Also, it's funny. If you have a Skell license, you can buy a Skell from the shop terminal. Man, I love living in the future. You can buy a whole dang Skell. A 10. Skeleton. Something.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Amory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the
Find your
vendors.
dream Skell and then
I
customize
won't
it.
lie. Most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True
Weapons.
enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for Skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole Skells. Can you imagine owning your own Skell? Huh? Oh, right, the door. I
Yeah.
think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
I thought that Skells were a limited resource that we must be very, very, very careful about and not just frivolously... Hello? What do you mean I can't use this right now? I did the tutorial.
hey,
Alright.
am I right?
I often go early enough so traffic and parking is minimal, and so late the people who fight on public transit are already gone! Too soon, Mexel. Gosh dang. Hello, y'all seem to be interested in a very rigorous conversation about something. I'll leave you to it. I hate pay to park. Pay to park. Park your car where you want. Pay for it. Nearest parking spot I can get to is like 5 blocks away. This does not help me. Whoa. This game's
Blade
great.
Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ.
Blade HQ.
The higher up.
I already paid for tuition. Why do you want to take more money from me?
$60
$60 a month I have to pay. It's pretty bad. Yeah, for parking in general.
They're based in the tower.
Not a
Guys
fan.
like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here
General
after you
Leader
finish
Man.
key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
Heck yeah.
And that about does it for our tour.
Cool.
So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough.
Take it easy.
We're not here to make a sales pitch.
Oh, Lynn
We
is, for
just
sure.
want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not.
I think I'll just spend the rest of my days in a park reading books.
Hopefully it made a good impression.
Heck
Your
yeah.
decision will be just that.
Thanks.
Your decision.
Thanks, Elma. Respecting my life
Anywho,
choices.
Let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
$5,000. Surely I have enough to buy a Skell now. Heck yeah. You just woken up, so things may be feeling pretty hazy. If you're confused, you can check out tips. I bet you'll find some more information some info that'll be relevant to your situation. Treat them as your basic textbook. Save your progress. Sure. Game saved. Confirm. Confirm save game. Confirmed save. Confirm close save game screen. Confirmed. There's a lot of confirming in this game. Confirm. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. I also just... I'm not making fun of the music, I swear. Yeah!
Am I right?
Hey,
Yeah. Am I right? Can I use it right now? Why? Let me shop. Urgh. Yeah, Ange, I feel the same way. I worked, I mean, one of my jobs, like, literally required, like, paid me, right? And then at the same time, it had some freaking egregious parking passes. Like, some were thousands of dollars a year, some were, like, you know, a couple $100s a month. It was expensive. It was awful. But then parking wherever I need to go to pay directly is, like, even worse. It'd be like $150 a month.
Very amusing.
Awful.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam.
Van
Doesn't
Damme!
have anything to do with our new arrival.
What up, Van Damme? Commander Van Damme.
He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait too
I need you to say no to the Blade Recruitment Man a few
Here
times.
we go. I bet I can.
Why is that? And is it, am I rejecting Van Damme?
He can. He wants to fast track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
As he
The
put it.
commander does have a way with words.
That's funny.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem.
That's not.
And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Can we count on you to join the Helldivers? Shrug your shoulders and shake your head. Is this what you're talking about? You're talking about this, Finn? Look into Nagi's eyes and nod firmly. Don't say a word. Be the silent protagonist that you are. Please refuse. Okay. First game that Van Man is called Van Damme over in the... over in the NA versions. Interesting. What happens? Nah. What?
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis forever.
Dang, dude.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
The guilt trip.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. What'll it be, friend?
Now what'll it be, friend? He guilt trips us for 5 minutes. Really? Could this just go in a loop? Wait, can Ange have a real moment? Like a super, super honest moment? Yeah, absolutely. Refuse again? Sure. I hate it when I get better grades than others in the class because they're like, oh, did you cheat? Or like, you shouldn't be complaining about this class since you did so well in the exam. It's like, dude, I worked hard for this. Don't tear my grade down just because your grade sucks. Like, that's the definition of a bully at its core. They may not sound like it, or they may not say it in like a bullying way, but people who tear others down to just bring themselves up, it's a definition of a bully. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry you got a 10%, I got 100. Yeah. Cheating accusations say more about the people complaining than you. Exactly. That's what that is. If you boil it down, yeah, heck them. They have a skill issue. Yeah, get good. I never complained because of my own lazy ass that caused the situation, right? Eh. Why does it do this zoom in?
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
Friend. Shake your eyes. It just dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
No, you wouldn't refuse. What if I keep going? Oh, I think that's all. Okay.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization.
I feel like he says that anyway, right?
Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
That's funny. I always considered...
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. The zoom in is so great. It's great.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment.
I always saw Nagi as a
We've
as an
decided to
ally
start you
here.
out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called
Frontier Nav. Yay, still going. Wee! Hi, Ghoster. I'm getting to the open world part of the game. Hopefully, we're working on it. I just woke up from a food coma nap. Oh, those are the best kind of naps, though. Hi, Ghoster. Welcome back.
Here, take a look at this.
You did come into stream with ooh, berries.
It includes ULA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks.
Hexagonal.
We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid.
Do, 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 do,
We
do, do,
determined
do,
this
do,
was the
do.
most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another
A
citizen.
blade.
Yes, quite handy indeed.
Indeed.
So for this
Indeed.
first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment.
Cool.
Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Come back.
Got it. East of the city.
Done. West
In
Gate.
that case, we can
East
take
Gate.
East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
East Gate, West Gate, all the gates.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Da 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 da.
Of course, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Secretary, sir.
All right, you two. Shall
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe.
Yeah. Install the heck out of that probe. Yeah, good. Okay, sure. That's funny. Do I need to get past this segment too? Chapter 2, The New Frontier. I'm assuming I need to get past this one as well.
We pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time.
Instead of the
It'd
west?
be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
I mean, you can just take a plane.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigen activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business.
Open for business.
One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigen butt, huh?
Suggest it was you and Elma. Speculate. Suggest it was oh, it's Gwen. No, Elma's gonna tell her what it is. Absolutely. Maybe.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
Yeah, we're not that kind of person.
How does she know Irina and Gwen?
We ran into
We
them.
ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Big old truck. My favorite.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
Amateur hour pro
Try not to
baloney.
take that personally.
Dee-nee-nee-nee.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Okay. Give me
Roger.
a second.
That
Roger.
probe isn't gonna install itself.
Roger,
Let's
Dodger.
get to the east gate, shall we?
Heck yeah. Can we take a super cool car? Zoom, zoom. Okay. Oh. This is Eleonora. Blade support lead. Here to tell you that the segment feature of your map is now available for use. Displayed on your handheld comm device, useful tool of all sorts of info. Give it a look. Cool. Mia Streak. Mia. Hi, Mia. Hello. Welcome to stream. Welcome to the last mission I'm going to do it tonight, I think. Maybe. I want to scroll back through chat, though. Zerp. Be me, optimistic about my 60%. I've had this happen all semester, so now I like try to hide my grades or say like I barely passed and like shove my papers in the bag. I'm so sick of people coming at me for being smart. Sorry, not sorry. Never curl yourself. Just say hello. I'm actually incredibly dumb, so like when I get a good grade, I'm like very happy about it. But like, what the heck, classmates? Move on. That's why I don't like talking to people, because all I care about is grades. Like, tell them my grade is a recipe for disaster. Like, grades shouldn't freaking define who I am. Move on. Sorry, I'm a bit of a ranter tonight. No, it's okay. I got people wanting to jump off a building because of an 86 while I'm like happily celebrating with a 67. You're like, hello, I barely passed. I got my grade that I got. Leave me be. I worked hard for it. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that everybody's at a different level of where they want to achieve and what they want to do. And when people are trying to place and rank themselves amongst other people, like, that's not cool. Yeah. Don't even bother. Don't even bother telling people what's going on. There's so much comparison. And that's the thing I always struggle with. I'm barely on medias nowadays. Also, thank you, Mia! 13 months! Holy cow, man! Cool! Thank you, Mia. I appreciate it. Welcome to Xenoblade X. And also, happy Nintendo Switch 2 Direct Day. I know I keep saying that like a broken record, but it's true. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming, so I'm hyped. Also, I'm playing a new game today, so like, why not? Mixel, sorry if that's all kind of self-centered, but that's my experience. I've not even had an opportunity for people to be like, you're too good, so you must be cheating, right? And comparison is the thief of joy, as my professor always said. Yeah, I do not exist on Instagram and Facebook anymore, because too much of it became a big old comparison deal of like, hey, I'm tired of people comparing me to others, and mostly it was just like me comparing myself to others and, you know, other people's life progressions. And I think when you start to rank yourself compared to other people, everybody is going through their own lives with their own complexities and issues, but also their own dreams and goals. And while everybody has the same 24 hours in a day, each person is built in a different way. And so your experience is going to be way different. And it's not cool to start like judging and trying to tear other people down. And in your case, Ange, like, you know, being accused of cheating, like, come on, grow up. This isn't high school anymore, right? I'm sorry that you got people who are still stooping to that level, but yeah, they're not worth your time. And I hope that you also, I also hope that you feel like they're not worth your time and nor your consideration either. You don't even need to consider what they say, because it's a really nasty opinion. What they're gonna find is that once they actually get out into the real world and they start comparing themselves to their coworkers and stuff, oh boy, they're gonna be in for it. They're gonna be in for a time of pain and struggle, because they're gonna find that people really don't like when, you know, they're being compared to other people. Yeah, coworker comparisons? That is not a teamwork environment. That's gonna be reality kicking in their doors, and they're gonna have an awful time. So I advocate for healthy rivalry in a sort of like gym PR kind of way, if that makes any sense. Absolutely. There are correct and incorrect ways to do that, Mixel, for sure. I'm gonna leave the city if I can, because I like this music, but I also am tired of it. It was actually really interesting. I was talking with this is kind of a close example, but not really, sort of. I was running with one of my friends today, and we were actually talking about team sports. And one of the things that we observed and noted was there was a really interesting time when we would be, like, say I'd be on a soccer team, for example, and the soccer team would say, like, oh, hey, we're gonna go run, you know, like 10 sprints or whatever. And after you run 10 sprints, the coach looks at somebody and they're like, oh, hey, Jeremy ran it wrong, so now we're going to run an 11th or a 12th or a 13th sprint. And meanwhile, everybody on the team is like looking at Jeremy or like looking at the guy who's causing it, and they're like, bro, like, get with the program. Yeah, I hate that. That's what I'm saying, right? I hate when somebody is torn down in that way, and it causes so much division within the team, because now the team is getting on Jeremy, and poor Jeremy just happens to be the slowest of the group. But like, yeah, it's awful. And I had this happen multiple times on like different soccer teams and stuff. I also really, really struggle when someone says like, hey, I need you to run like 10 sprints or whatever, right? And like, I'm gonna run those 10 sprints, and like, I'm gonna commit all the energy that I have into those 10. And then when you say like, oh, well, that's not enough, we're gonna do an 11th or do a 12th just because, oh, that drives me up a wall. Because as Jason, my friend, put it, he was like, that coach is not in your pain cave right now. You are going through like pain and struggle, like getting through that sprint, and that coach is not in that pain cave with you, right? Like, he doesn't understand what you're going through and like the commitment that you're making to get that 10 done. And for them to say like, oh, you're gonna do more just because, yeah, Gloucester trying to get like a heart reading and like just like could not get a reading, so he had to run a lot because of it. You could not make a kettle of water because I was roasting and red in the face crying because you were getting the look from everybody. I had the same exact thing happen, Gloucester, but it wasn't a heart reading or anything. It was being late. I was late to a soccer practice once, and they made us run the field like 4 times because I was late. I felt like adult words. I felt awful. It was terrible. Yeah. I don't know if it was me being late due to my own fault or whatever, but like it was brutal. Like, it was bad.
One Sinicula could have killed all these simius.
I think that might have been what happened.
Unless
What?
this is bad.
Oh no.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
Yeah,
That
it was
Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
a tyrant.
Huh?
Oh no.
But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Oh, this is what you guys meant by tyrants.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area.
Y'all with the matte face.
There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
A tyrant. Urgh.
Let me check the Blade report database.
Sorry, I didn't realize that I was gonna walk into this conversation. I
Someone
thought
must have run across it.
I would have more time to talk, but apparently not. Bingo!
There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Snap back.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe.
Alright, y'all. Suggest killing the tyrant. Ask what a tyrant is. Do we need to know? Can we kill it? Let's get rid of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie.
Yeah.
We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
No, I guess I don't.
We should probably explain.
Oh, wait. So I selected not to.
Indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat range.
So you're just going to explain it anyway. Okay,
In other
fine.
words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
Alright, let's
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong.
beat it
If a
up.
creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant.
I'm a classified tyrant. Just kidding.
If they come back at all.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. So we can unite and do it. So say you can't just leave it so close to New LA. Yeah, that's a good idea.
As long as you understand the risks involved.
Heck yeah, I do. The answer's gonna be the same. Let's find it.
Lynn,
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then.
Tyrant time.
Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Okay, Lynn.
fair enough.
Good teammate.
But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If If we can take it down, great. But if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory.
Yay, moral victories.
As long as we buy enough time to install the probe.
Oh yeah, that's
we can
fine.
use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Heck yeah! Bum 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 bum. Alright, I just wanted to be around it. Okay. Yeah! And engaging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to check your equipment, double check, make sure your arts are leveled up. That's the first step becoming a combat master. Beep beep beep. Block, I'm so glad that I never tried to get into sports, because with asthma, that would definitely kind of happen to me. It's like, sorry, I can't control that, literally. Gloucester, the heart rate reading thing could not pick me up. Oh, interesting. Heart rate reading thing could not pick me up for the life of me. I felt so bad. I had to run extra laps on my own after the 5 lax drops given to us. OBS. Sorry, disconnected. We back. Cool. Like if I think if I didn't exist, none of my teammates would have snapped back. But I'm definitely someone who would have snapped back. This is during my no snack back era, and then a year later I start snapping. Joe the Tyrant. That's what we'll name him. Ah, my back. Ow. Mixel, I've started to develop a feeling that people will think I will snap at any moment, and therefore I feel kind of distant from people, and I'm not like that, I swear. I'm like the softest bean you've ever met. That said, like, I can snap at people, of course, like, it's just in my blood, but, like, that's not going to be your first reaction, right? Ange, no, because I can always justify my words. Like, my teachers would just fight back with, like, because I said so. It's like, okay, under what authority? You can't just say that because you want to. Like, I heard you say your side, and, like, I call more BS would be my response. It definitely has been. You can fail me, and I can take it to the school board, or you can forget about making us run another mile. Yeah, precisely. Mix, I think I remember when I had to snap my scene partner for acting class, and I see my classmates with this, like, shocked look on their face, because I was that in character for that? Yeah, absolutely. Gosh dang it. I think we've all been through, like, different struggles in those kinds of areas. Ange, I'm sorry that this is, like, hello happening in that kind of arena, like in the arena of the classroom, because that sucks. But also we're with you on the same page. Dem be bullies, and those people are not worth your time. Good night, Matt. Good night, Jess. Hope you had a good day today on this Nintendo Direct Day. Alright, I'm gonna go try and fight a tyrant. We'll see how this goes. Maybe. Should I put on my goofy helmet? Armed and dangerous. Bullies who can't get over 10% on their exam. Hiya. It's a win for me. 100%. Okay. I wasn't gonna move my person. Thank you very much. Ground gear. Gear that's grounded. Do I have anything else? Lens bodywear. Prototype bodywear. Oh, I guess I can just wear this? I mean, it's better. This is equipped by Lynn. No, I don't want to... That's okay. They can keep their shirt. That's fine. But I will wear this. Apparently. Elma's armwear. Please give me your sleeve, Elma. It's so goofy. I request your sleeve. Elma's legwear. Oh, dude, the shorts, though. Look at me, I'm beautiful. You just go to your team and you're like, yo, team, I require your assistance. Alright. I will stick with this. Can I upgrade this at all? Favorite? Related tips? Oh, okay. It's so funny. Specs! Alright. Art palette. Can I upgrade with what? Needs thingies. Oh, cool. I can do that. Flame grenade. Topple, slit edge, physical, deals 50% side. That's cool. Nice. Can I also upgrade the arts palette of... Yeah, I can! Heck yeah. Sliding Slinger. Raises critical tier, boosts critical damage, boosts evasion. Yeah, sure. Does everybody have their own pool of thingies? Yeah, they do. Everyone's got their own pool of stuff to work with, which is kind of nice. Are these equipable? No, he's already got them. Okay, cool. Fire Carnival. I don't know what that does. It deals 25% return damage. Grants thermal resistance. Deals weapon damage, inflicts topple. Deals thermal damage. Sure. I don't like how it's red. Yeah, insufficient BP, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you could do this. I'm good. Save that for later. Arts. Okie doke. Well, I'll at least upgrade the base level, because then everything is upgraded once. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, doable. Elma. Let's do this. Got it. Cool. Mixel, there was a timeline where if I didn't fail my first semester of acting, I would be in a show as a soldier in a war, and I really doubt I could do it but with hard work, anything is possible. Absolutely. It also requires shaving my head, and as someone with longish hair to the bottom of my neck, I would not want to do that. It's like, I like to keep my hair, thank you very much. You can aim your text particular spots, reducing the appendage gauge to 0 will destroy it. Cool. Additionally, destroying appendages before defeating an enemy may yield rewards. Battle spoils. Oh, cool.
They've seen us.
I like that. Yeah.
Open fire.
Nice.
Target in sight. Scream edge. Off balance.
Clone armor.
Higher
Nice.
one.
Oh.
Fire carnival.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
Is it broken? I don't think so.
Move in and keep the rhythm going. Melee attacks.
The wind blows hard in December.
Upper hand. Slice. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Clone armor. Fire carnival. I hit hard.
Nice.
Are you kidding?
I'll topple him. I missed it. I missed. Nice. Level up. Get that tyrant. Ha ha ha.
Awesome!
Awesome.
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well.
Cool.
You did too. Now let's get down to business. and
Let's
solve
get
that
down to business and replace the probe. Da, 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 da.
This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site.
Let's get
Marks the
down to
ideal spot to
business.
bury the probe.
To bury the probe. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Search for information on this land of Mira.
I'll just boot it up.
I'll just boot it up and thanks, Lynn. The top half of the container contains the probe.
The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves
Bottom
the soil so
half
the probe can
is
burn
a
itself
laser
down.
that dissolves
Tried to
soil.
on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the
We
local
kept running
Wi-Fi
into
connection.
problems with the local wildlife. Burying them is going to do something. We all set? Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you do the honors?
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch, give it a try. Launch the probe, persuade Lynn. Launch the probe. Boing. Oh my gosh, holy cow. The Earth, it bleeds. Oh my gosh.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
Man alive. Copyright striked. Yeah, really. You're welcome, Ange. Thanks for being willing to share.
And installation complete.
You know, I know it's hard sometimes to deal with stuff IRL, but I always appreciate y'all
See?
being willing to share things like that.
There's really not much to it.
Because then, like, you know, we also got to talk about other things that have stressed us out and in similar circumstances, right?
Data collection.
And I think that's actually really cool, and that's the reason I love talking about that kind of stuff with you guys too. So, thank you for providing us an opportunity to talk about that too.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to
Yippee! Speaking of yippee, I think I'm done. Heck yeah. Open all. Survival footwear. Cool. Da-na-na-na-na. Ah, probe sites. Frontier nav sites will print prime locations, place from real segments around surroundings. Main menu. See, okay, cool. I'm Lao. A Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply find a vacant spot, press A, find a good spot, claim it. Common sense. We'll have to do the perk base, but first, I'll shoot on the big secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about things in the future, okay? Sure. Absolutely. Whoa. Okay. Segment recon shows details of the tasks needed to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increases your survey rate. There is a segment recon task to address at your current location. A yellow hexagonal area will be displayed on your minimap, known as the segment marker. Segment marker indicates the borders of the segment you're currently occupying. You can also go to main menu map segments and then select an X segment and press R to manually display each thing on the minimap. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as a blue hexagon areas, even if they're outside the border. Cool. So each of these things have a different thing. Defeat a tyrant, go find some wreckage, locked and locked. Okay, cool. Neat. Can I take a map? Can I just, like, fast travel here? Find self. Oh, there I am. It's funny. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. In a different timeline, I'd be in art school right now, or something like performing arts. I absolutely cannot imagine a different timeline. That would be wild, Ange. In performing arts, I would be gonzo. Xenoblade X OST, uncontrollable. The wind blows hard in December. Yes, we celebrate this every December. Why not? There's a bit more you have to do back at base, but hopefully it won't take too long. No, it's fine. Is there fast travel? I don't know if it's fast travel. You can stop here, but I don't know if you get access to the side quest, though I suppose you don't play super often off stream right now. Yeah. But I'll at least get myself to, like, a good stopping point. I'm on a hater mentality as of late. You do not want Ange complaining about music theory. Yeah. Oh, Ange, you weren't here, but I'm so upset. I came here today and started stream, only to find out that my ding-dong guitar, for some reason, broke a string on its own. Like, I didn't touch it. But for some reason, the string is broken. Yeah. I don't know. I just tuned it the other day, and then I came back here and was like, doing it. So I'm gonna have to... Why does OBS not like me? OBS, why you do this? Bleed barracks. I can only think of temperature in your apartment is probably the issue. No, temperature, it's a little bit drier here in Colorado, maybe. Yeah, OBS doesn't like the guitar. It's Van Damme! Oh, we're exactly where Finn was last time. Haha.
Commander Van Damme.
Hi, Mr. Van Damme. Van Damme.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
A cat dragged in. Ironheart.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed.
Indeed!
Suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant way out of your league on a training mission, no less. That was reckless and goddamn magnificent.
Magnificent. Ah, da 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 da. Cool. I love singing. Extreme temperatures aren't good for instruments. I have all of my, I generally have my apartment set at like a good temperature, but apparently it just wasn't a little bit too much. Or too little. I'm not really sure. Will you save? Sure. Why not? Dun, dun, da, da, da,
So,
da, da, da.
Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
The bet, and then he just leaves. Haha.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. Oops.
Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Okay.
Is that so odd?
No need to argue over
Before
me.
we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Stick in the rear.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit.
Yeah, where are your manners?
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow?
I'm a fixer of problems. Hi, Saul.
Not much for conversation, are you?
No, we don't say anything. We're a protagonist.
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
Nope.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
I feel like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Oh, good. Chatty Cathy. Ask about divisions. Ask about the assignment. That's funny.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right?
Bleeds.
There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch.
Oh.
Officially, they're called divisions.
That's the icons that we saw earlier.
Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
What are my personality traits?
Let's start with the Pathfinders.
Roll for affinity check.
Pathfinder's #1 responsibility.
Find the path.
Planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important.
You bet your ass.
We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know
Grr.
jack about
Yeah,
this
we know
place.
jack nothing.
The more
Man,
probes we install, the faster we can
I
get
wonder what you will choose.
a fighting chance.
What are the other ones? Oh my
We've
goodness.
already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP.
Well, I guess they're kind of putting you into
So,
this
for the
one.
time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights.
Yeah.
It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city
Explore the world.
safe. And most important of all,
See new
it's
life
the locating
forms.
the missing parts of the life hold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Kind of reminds me of freaking Helldivers.
Okay, next up, Interceptors.
See humanity.
You met Akalov and Evans,
Meet new
right?
life forms.
Marina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira.
Mira.
Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Oh no.
Next are the Harriers.
Ooh. Yeah.
Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn?
Harrier pilot.
He's part of the Harriers.
Sick.
If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense.
Let's be offense.
They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats.
Blade.
But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigent that moves.
Can I be part of
You
them?
got your reclaimers.
Ooh, salvaging.
These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the white whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Scale debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out.
Here on Mira.
Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory. Bring back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones! I need to get some stuff done, but thank you for streaming. Good night. Bye, Gulster. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. And jumping in after your nap, too. I'm going to be live tomorrow with Team Fortress 2, so we'll be there. We'll be hanging out.
All right, prospectors.
We will see you there if you're available. Bye, Gulster. Have a good sleep.
Well,
Prospecting.
They poke around looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive.
Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs.
There are some gameplay benefits that each division gets, but they're minor, so choose whatever you want. Okay.
And even assist with testing new prototypes.
Cool. I don't know why OBS is having so many problems today. I'm sorry, guys.
Finally, the Mediators.
The Meteors!
These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators.
Mediators.
Not a
Meteor.
division for everyone.
Meteor.
You need to be a jack of all trades and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But
Mediator.
if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
Interesting. Bum bum bum.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions.
That's pretty cool, though.
Any idea which one you'd like to join?
Don't think you
Don't
need
fret
to
about
be
it
too
much.
concerned.
Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate.
Okay. So you still get to take any mission
Mediators
regardless.
can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever.
I'm a Mediator!
And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like.
Aha!
So there's really no
If
reason
I recall, I
to stress
chose
about this.
Reclaimer.
All right, you ready to choose?
Ooh. Decide. Hesitate. Ask to explain all the divisions over again. No, please. Please don't. Fun fact.
And we're on pins and needles here.
Select your division. Yeah. Whoa. Cool. Fun fact. This originally actually affected how you would gain levels for a stat that would let you unlock containers. Each division gained XP for different activities. Whoa. On both this and the Wii U, I chose Curators. I chose Pathfinder, but I think I chose Reclaimer on my original playthrough. Cool. Place data probes that expand Blade's info networks and servers to protect people new from threats. Harriers in charge of. I mean, I like being a Harrier. I think it's pretty cool to be like a pilot of one of the skells. But I think I might just be a Pathfinder because I want to place more of the. Thingies. Scouting unexplored territories and collecting resources. Yeah, Finn is a collector of things. I think I'm gonna do Pathfinder. Interceptors is kind of cool, but I'm gonna do pathfinding. Heck
It's
yeah.
settled?
Cool. It's settled.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
You're officially a Blade. Power invested me, yada yada yada. Yeah, rock and stone. I just love exploring, so that's why I love Reclaimer. It scratched my urge and reminded me that I did 100% pretty much all of Tibet. Yeah, and this is where I
Now
stopped.
for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Brass tacks.
Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia.
Primordia.
Then, nothing.
Nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
Still barely touched the new area, but that's just lack of time in general.
We'll head to their last known location.
It's kind of how I feel too, Mixel.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Cool.
Of course.
So is this kind of open world for me at this point?
Roger that.
Come back, level 100, totally. Van Damme. Yeah, sure. Nice. Chapter 3! Builders of a Legacy of the Destroyed Earth. Blade! You're officially a Blade now, congrats! Oh, we can go to the shop. And we can fast travel. Yeah, thank goodness I did this. Arms manufacturers, or AMS. Support us from the sidelines by developing new weaponry. AM Terminal. Cool. I played a lot off stream and I'm not even 10 levels higher. Missions comprise of duties and directions, and stuff story missions are red. Affinity missions, heavily flying your team members. You can accept them whenever you see a relevant icon. Curse Christie. What's the problem? Kirsty? Crusty. Jeez. Simple tasks like defeating enemies or collecting items. You can accept up to 20 in the mission control? Dang. Cool. Blade reports a communication tool residents mirror used across the world. When you visit a segment for which you haven't completed, you may receive a Blade report post. If you do, check your current position. Do your best to resolve it. Don't forget smacked by a level 80 monkey. Heck yeah, I can't wait. Oh wait, where's the door? Donde estas la door? I did that immediately after stream. That's great. The world is pretty much open now. 2 more chapters-ish, will be pretty much all the mechanics will be open. Nice. I'm gonna leave it here, because I'm already gone pretty late as it is. Yeah! I was watching out for it and I still got caught out. That's so funny. Yeah! The territorial says hello. Hello, all. I want to go to the shop. I want to figure out how much it is to buy a skell. Ha 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 ha. Oh, and I suppose I need to stand up. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Sorry. AM terminal. Ooh, battle AMs. Oh, Sakuruba. Investing Myranium in AM's development is one way of interacting with them. Contributing enough will increase their corporate level, bringing new products to the lineup. Cool. Another way of interacting with AMs is by contracting them to upgrade the battle traits on your gear. Doing this requires materials salvaged from enemies. One way of interacting with AMs is by contracting them to engineer augments for inserting into empty slots on your gear. It requires material, precious resources, and Myranium. Additionally, if you have augments that are no longer using, you can dismantle them back to materials and precious resources, but your Myranium will not be refunded. You can also interact with AMs by contracting them to create powerful gear that is not ordinarily available in the shop. This requires materials. Materials required to upgrade battle traits or engineer augments can be sent tracking. You can also do so in the AM terminal. You can watch Sean's reaction to the Dustbloods with me then, since that's what I'm on the video. Oh yeah, let's go. It'll be fun. I have avoided X, the territorial Rotbart, and but been ambushed by plenty of other tyrants. Good lord. Material set for tracking can be double-checked in the material tracking panel. Cool. Oh! Furthermore, enemies from which the necessary materials may be salvaged will be marked with a tracking icon. Cool. Develop new gear. Weapons. Oh my gosh. What on earth? Okay. That's a little... Oh my goodness. Good lord. Alright. Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Okay. I have 44 grand. Cool. Sell in inventory. No, I'm good. What about protective wear? Ooh, yeah. A diving mask. Oh, yes. I look amazing. I look incredible. Heck yeah. That's how I'm going to go into every conversation. I'm sorry, Secretary Nagy. I can't hear you. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I can hear you. I just can't speak very well. Oh, yeah. Look at that pose. Heck yeah. Ready for the red carpet. Oh, but even better. Oh, yeah. Ready for my vacation to the Hawaiian Islands, I am. Yes, sirree. Absolutely. That's so great. Survival headset. Goggles. Specs. Vivid headset. Okay, that's kind of boring. Vivid goggles. Forza. Forza specs. That's cool. Reginald specs. I'm gonna head out. Don't rush. Okay. No worries. I will see you here soon. Body wear. Oh my gosh. No! Why do I want... What the heck? Why are you doing this game? Why can I buy... Why can't I buy that? That's not... that is a jump scare. Do not... Why are you putting diving bodywear at the top for 15 grand? Good lord, y'all. What is this game? Sometimes. Good gracious. Prime? It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna go fight some indigenous people. Let's just, I don't know, give you a lifeguard top. Why not? That's inappropriate. You silly people. Why is it gotta be the swimmer stuff first? Okay, whatever. Sheesh, dude. Okay, can we just look at weapons then? Assault rifles. Okay. Are these red because of my level? Yeah. Must be. Yeah, I think so. How do I upgrade them? Knives. Photon sabers? What the heck? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, can I... Oh, I can switch. Nice. Huh. Okay. Yeah! Cool. Alright, y'all. Well, on that wonderful note... Yeah! I'm gonna mess around with some of the menu here. Can I upgrade this in any way? Yeah. Sure. Show hide stats, revert to base equipment. How do you upgrade stuff? Upgrades. Is that in the AM stuff? Thank you for stream. It's gonna take me a while. Upgrades at the AM terminal. Cool, thank you. Oh, I was in the wrong menu. Bye forever. We'll be here tomorrow, Ange. Manage AMs. Develop new gear. Upgrade battle traits. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my goodness gracious. Sakuraba. Sakuraba. Okay. Granada Galactic. Cool. Okay. Alright, that's it. Uh-huh. Equipped gear. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay, boost range attack by 15%. Cool. Sure. Is that it? Yeah. Is that all I can do? Okay. Upgraded. Oh, okay. Neat. Just 15, not percent. Technically only 5. Only a little bit. Okay, that's cool. I haven't even looked at this terminal yet. Oops. Upgrade is at the AM terminal. Battle traits is the upgrades. Nice. Oh, and then there's unequipped gear too. Nice. A lot of stuff, actually. That's good to know. Alright, I'll work through that stuff later. Okay, y'all. Well, this has been Xenoblade X. Yeah! I'm, yeah! I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty cool. I will look forward to the exploration side of things for sure. And I will probably... So, next week, probably gonna do... We're gonna finish Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed next Tuesday. But then I will keep Xenoblade X in the Tuesday slot for Xenoblade. So it'll probably be that we won't... I don't know. We'll see how next week looks, and I'll also have to look at my schedule for next week. But maybe possibly... maybe we'll do double Xenoblade again next week. Just depending on how the schedule goes. But I'll play a little bit of this off stream, I think, for sure. Do a little bit of exploration, fighting around and stuff like that. Yeah, Xenoblade, I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. But thank you all for hanging out with me today. This has been a great 4 hours of enjoying Nintendo Direct talking, which we spent the first hour doing, and then 3 hours of Xenoblade like we normally do. So it worked out. But anyway, I am very, very, very excited. Tomorrow is going to be Team Fortress 2. I'm going to play MVM with Sirap Drawing, Skull, and anybody else who's interested. So we're going to do some player versus environment. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope that you guys have a good day tomorrow, and thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Bye, all. Take care. This has been Xenoblade. Bye. See you guys.